Hoi there, everyone. Good evening, one and all, to the second night of the I was about to say Inazuma 11, to Fire Emblem Fates, Hinata solo run. So, we're back, and we have a pair of pretty tough maps ahead of us. I'm not going to lie. Tonight, we are going to have to conquer Chapter 10, the Ninja Forest, and we are going to have to take a look at To the Sea as well. These maps directly follow each other, which is not great. It's ideally not amazing. This is a pretty tough combination of maps. Good evening, Yami. Hello, good to have you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I was just saying, tonight is going to be pretty rough. It is going to be pretty rough. Hello, Luca. Welcome to you as well. Time for more peak Nata. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It is time for more Hinata, more peak Nata. Win Nata. However you want to address him, it is all fair. It is all absolutely fair after last stream. After that crit against Zola, the 4%. He deserves all of the best nicknames. But yes, I was just saying tonight we're going to have a very tough gauntlet of maps for which we need to prepare very well. Since Chapter 10, Chapter 11, they are both quite tough early game, especially with just one guy, even if it is Hinata. And especially with a essentially foot-locked, sword-locked unit. So yeah, we're gonna have to prepare very well. Now we can actually do that. We have the mess hall. We have the rod shop as well, where you can buy tonics, which is very necessary. We already forged weapons for this map. We got some more quartz. We got the sunrise katana. We are unironically so fucking back. Hold on. Hold on. This is fucking huge, actually. This is immense. Also, good evening, Essex. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Yami, you like my shirt? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I like that you like the bull. It's yeah, it's literally not related to the stream, but anyway, we got the sunrise katana. Now, this is absolutely fucking massive, and the reason for that is that this gives us 20 avoid. Having 20 avoid is going to be incredibly useful on enemy phase. So this is absolutely something that we are going to put on Hinata, and I'm going to do it instead of the parasol. I know you guys love the parasol, but the sunrise katana is absolutely instrumental in early game. So absolutely huge pull, massive shout out to Rinka for finding that. So yeah, love that, love that. Good stuff is happening. And there he is. There's the man himself. He found some... Dude. We are not making this shit up. We are not making this shit up. This is the fucking GOAT. How does he keep doing this? So first he hits a 4% crit against Zola to win us the map, and now he finds a second fucking sunrise katana. What are the chances?
I can't lose.
He literally cannot lose. He doesn't stop winning. It's insane. Okay, so we can forge the sunrise katana, which is going to be huge because it adds a point of might. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. Oh bro, I'm sorry, you're not getting an accessory. But holy shit, wow. This has to be a sign. Yes, it absolutely has to be. Azama and Hana, yeah, don't care. Lottery shop, that I care about. Setsuna, a third sunrise katana. Do we ever? No, it's a wooden ball. That's okay. Beans. Beans are unironically good. If we bake them into a dish, they give strength. So we absolutely need that. Okay, big question. Do we trust Orochi? Do we trust Orochi? Because we sure as hell do not trust Kaze. Do we trust Orochi to win a battle? For a pearl or a lapis? I think probably for a pearl. Do we trust Orochi to win a battle for a pearl? Surely. Surely. She's not that fast, but she has some offensive power. Kaze would unironically be a better pick, but I don't like Kaze, obviously, so I'm gonna put my money on Orochi. We're gonna do it. We gotta gamble. Diviner and Diviner, fuck it, we ball? Absolutely. Watch this shit. Boom. Oh, she gets doubled. That's not great, and she misses. Okay, but I trust in Orochi. I trust in Orochi. Watch this. Boom. Hit. Another hit. That's that. Beautiful. This is why you don't pull back too early. This is why we trust in Orochi. 2 pearls. Okay, now we could certainly forge the Sunrise Katana, which again, absolutely massive pull. We got 2 of those. Like, I would have been happy with 1, let alone 2. Kaze with the kill, I will give him that. I will give him at least that. At the very least. But yeah, well, absolutely buzzing. I mean, the Sunrise Katana is going to make, especially Chapter 11, so much more doable, actually. For Chapter 10, I don't think it's going to matter much, because we are up against a lot of ninjas and diviners, so we want to ideally just have a 1-2 range weapon. Well, 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 would you look at that. It's time.
What?
Hinata is here for relationship advice. Tell me all about it, man. Come on. Oh, I guess we already have an ace support, so we can get these friendship hearts. Friendship hearts, uh-huh. Our bond has deepened. We'd love to see that.
That was a nice chat. Let me know if you need anything else.
This guy, he just keeps delivering. He never misses, he never loses, just keeps delivering. If only we could pat Hinata. For that, I would need the Japanese version of the game, which I do not have for obvious reasons. Okay, let's see here. We can build nothing. We have to advance the story in order to be able to build more structures. So we're going to save that Dragon Vein point, and I think we're going to try to cook something. Surely we trust Tsubaki to bake us a good dish with beans.
Yes, perfect.
Yes, perfect. He's confident about this one. Hold on. What are we getting? Baked beans.
Yes.
Hoshiden tofu. Hold on. A protein-rich food made of soy milk. Strength +1 until the end of the next battle. Please tell me that this goes to Hinata as well. Setsuna. Hana. Obro. It fed half your 18-unit army. Please tell me Hinata is in there. Fans of Hoshiden food also got strength and speed +1. This would unironically be awesome. Hinata is not in here. Yikes. Okay, well. So what happens if I try to cook again? Does it feed different characters? I don't actually know. But let's try again. Surely Tsubaki pops off again.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, Hinata's being a little picky. He's not taking food from Tsubaki, apparently.
Yes.
But surely... Okay, hold. Maybe this goes to the other side of the army. Well, Oboro's in there, but Saizo was in there this time. Brother. My brother in Christ. Okay, so I guess Hinata's not getting strength +1 from the beans. That's okay. Well, that's a bit of a waste. I guess Aoi is getting the boost, but that doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. Lucas! Good evening, mate. Good evening. You are, well, late. I wouldn't say late. You are late in the sense that you missed us getting 2 copies of the Sunrise Katana. But aside from that, you didn't really miss much, to be honest. You missed Hinata being way too fucking picky about his food, unfortunately. But can we really blame him? Can we really blame him after he pulled a Sunrise Katana? So let's see, the Sunrise Katana. Yeah, that gives 2 extra points of might, actually, which is absolutely massive. Because as you can see, the Sunrise Katana starts with a crisp 3 might, which sucks ass. 5 will bump it up a little bit, obviously. So, let's see. What shall we call the forged Sunrise Katana? Before, I have called this the Blinding Blade, and I kind of like that name, so I think I'm just going with that again, not gonna lie. I like the Blinding Blade. There we go. Okay, so, we got, in summary, this is a Kodachi, forged Kodachi. We got a forged Sunrise Katana, and we got a forged Iron Katana. So yeah, this looks pretty good. Now all I still need to do is see if I have enough money to buy tonics. I need to buy tonics for basically every stat. Even res. Magic, obviously not, but let's see. So I will get... I'll certainly get 1 of each that is not magic. Not 24. Luck is like, might as well. Okay, there we go. And now, let's see what we have in the convoy. I want to see if we have healing items. I have 11 vulneraries, which sounds pretty good. 11, I guess, technically... Well, this is 33 uses, 34... Yeah, okay. So that's actually 37 because I have 4 of these. And then 39. 39 vulnerary uses. I feel like that seems pretty good, not gonna lie. But yeah, by this point I can't buy any concoctions anymore either because I used all of them, I think, on Chapter 9, which is not entirely surprising, but still. I will also buy the Master Seal, because I feel like we're going to have to use it pretty soon, unfortunately. Also, good call, I can in fact sell the gold bars that we have, or the singular gold bar, I suppose, for 300 gold. So there you go. 1100 gold left over after that. But that seems pretty good. So we can buff up every single one of Hinata's stats. We have an A support between him and Aoi, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so that should also make sure that we have some really good pair-up bonuses between Aoi and Hinata. So honestly, I think we're kind of set. This is about everything we can do. Like, I guess we could gamble one more time with a bean dish, but I don't know if it's going to be entirely necessary, to be honest. So, I think it's time for what is probably the hardest early game chapter, especially for solo runs, especially for Hinata solo runs, the Ninja Village. This is a pretty rough map, and I will show you exactly why. We have a total of 33 ninjas. Yeah, spear fighters, and archers, and diviners. Now, 3 of these are really terrible matchups for Hinata. The ninjas are terrible because they have weapon type advantage against Hinata. Same with the spear fighters. The diviners attack with magic. Hinata does not have a lot of resistance at this time. And well, the bows just hit really hard. Literally, the archers hit so hard, it's not even funny. I mean, if you look at their strength stats as well, it doesn't look like much, but they have steel yummies, they have steel weapons. Everyone has steel weapons on this map as well. So the damage output on this is just gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough. But fortunately, we have an answer to this, and that is Hinata. So, I do not want to bring Silas, in fact. Okay, so what I did previously is I just plonked Hinata down in one of these woods. I just kind of sat it out, which has worked pretty admirably, actually, until now. Para boosts as well, looking pretty good. I mean, these are the para boosts from Samurai, of course. So, +4 to speed, which makes a lot of sense. 2 res, 2 lock, and 1 strength, which are honestly pretty ass if you value anything that is not speed. But the plan is simple. The plan is Hinata. I cannot switch them right now, so I cannot see what the actual buffs are on Hinata yet. But yeah, I think this is probably the best we can do at this point in time. I see someone mentioning the dual katana. The dual katana we cannot buy until much later on in the game. I'm pretty sure the dual katana you can only buy once you upgrade the weaponry. So yeah, that's going to be pretty late. That's another 4 or 5 chapters, I think, until we can do that. So unfortunately, none of that yet. Now, I already had tonics apparently, but that's fine. Stocking up on tonics early on is honestly fine. Like, we can just use this whenever we want, probably in the next map as well, so we don't have to buy all these tonics again. But here we go, we're just gonna use every single tonic on Hinata. There we go. So now, this is looking pretty decent. So, 16 strength, 18 speed, 15 skill, 21 luck, which is really good. He's gonna almost certainly avoid anything with a crit rate. And 14 defense, which is knocked down 1 point because of the Iron Katana. And that's going to be the theme for most of this playthrough, I think. But that's okay. So, let's see what we can do here. Alright, Ninja Forest. Now, we're gonna have a little surprise later on in this chapter as well, which we're going to have to take care of. But, okay, so here are the full stat bonuses for Hinata, including pair-up and such. So we got 3 speed from the pair-up with Aoi, and we also got 3 strength from the pair-up with Aoi. This is why the fighter talent actually matters, and also the Banes and the Boons that I selected for Aoi, which I think I didn't get into, but I made her fragile, but quick, I believe. So that's minus defense plus speed, which actually gives a strength buff as well. And this is going to pair really nicely once we actually promote Aoi to a fighter or to a berserker, because of course those strength buffs are going to stack. But okay, and this is what we get then. This is what we get. We get 20 damage against a ninja. Now, the one caveat that we have here is my mouse is on screen for one. The one caveat we have here is that the shurikens debuff upon hit. So Hinata's defense and resistance will be dropped by 3. For the time being, that's not a problem. I don't think it will ever be a problem in this game, actually, because inevitable end is not a thing in this game. It is in Conquest, but it will make it so that Hinata is going to take more damage overall. So we're going to have to be a little mindful of that, but for the time being, just initiating is perfectly fine. 20 damage, the Bane of Kotaro. Honoring its name. And we're certainly going to get 1 or 2 level ups for Hinata. I don't expect to get too much on this map. We do one-shot all the Diviners, which is actually really critical. Because these Diviners are going to be doing the most damage by a landslide. It's not even going to be close, actually. I think actually the bows and the Diviners we should be able to one-shot, except for our little surprise on this map. Is that who I think it is? Yes, it is. It's Takumi. And unfortunately, we are going to have to take him out. We're not going to actively initiate, I don't think. Actually, we probably could. We have the Warrior's Blow, or yeah, we have the Warrior's Blow. So plus 30 avoid while we initiate, which seems pretty good. Not going to lie. So yeah, let's do that. We might as well chip him down right now. Of course, the classic Takumi line makes perfect sense. Hinata should have had a line here. Not going to lie. I think we can all agree on this, but alas. Okay, so here we go. They're trying to be a little cheeky, trying to get some pair-up damage, some dual strike damage, but with the pair-up with Aoi, that's going to be completely negated. So yeah, we are going to be pretty good for most of this map, actually. Maybe I might have oversold the difficulty of this map a little bit. Maybe I undersold the potential of Hinata. Actually, I think it's probably the latter, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, see, so the archers... See, look at this, they have weapon type disadvantage. I don't actually know if the weapon triangle impacts damage output in this game. I don't believe it does. I believe it only impacts hit rate. But yeah, the fact that they're doing 4 damage when Hinata has a crisp like 15 or 16 defense, yeah, that speaks volumes, I think. But yeah, we are able to just take Takumi out here, so that should be a nice little takeout here. Very sad. I didn't want to do it, but I had to. He was in the way. And it's going to get us 13 EXP, which will get us a level up. And that's more speed, luck, defense, and res. Res, absolutely crucial in the early stages of this game. And speed, defense, we always take those. Those are some of Hinata's greatest stats, especially defense, obviously. Yeah, but essentially the biggest part of this map is going to be... It's going to be just sitting here in this patch of forest, I'm afraid. And kind of waiting until the bigger wave of enemies has been taken out. I can't really move forward a whole lot. As you can see, there are certain dragon veins on the map. When you activate these dragon veins, there will be spikes, caltrops, that spawn from the ground, and they deal damage every turn you're on them. So I want to avoid that, ideally. And I think, in fact, what I want to do is just take out as many ninjas as I can, as soon as I can. I don't really know if it's a safe move to do this right now. I think I'd rather use a vulnerary, to be honest. And just kind of be passive in the first part of this map. Love how Aoi does not react to us taking out Takumi. Yeah, no. Who is Takumi, even? Who is this guy? That's literally what she said when he came in. But... I mean, like Luca fairly points out, Hinata is and always should be the main priority, obviously. This absolute buffoon of a diviner thinks he can attack at one range and live to tell the tale, which is very cute. At the same time, that's not happening, buddy. So as you can see, the ninjas with the stronger weapons, the steel shurikens, they are starting to do quite a bit of damage now. 5 might not sound like a whole lot, but when you've got 20 ninjas swarming you, it racks up quite fast. Now, some of these ninjas are static as well. So we're going to have to take the fight to them at a certain point, and that's where the Sunrise Katana is going to come in very handy. All of these guys are static, in fact. So this Ninja and this Divine are the only things that can move here. And I think, honestly, that I'd like to take out this Diviner right here and right now. Because, yeah, these guys are doing 7 to 9 damage with every attack they do. And their hit rates are not huge. They're about 50-50. But if they hit, yeah, that's a problem. That's about a full vulnerary down the drain. So again, would like to avoid that if I can. This map is going to be decently slow. One, because we have to sit in place for quite a bit. But also because there are healers, there are Shrine Maidens on this map that the enemies will retreat to. The enemies do have the healing AI on this map, so they will always try to aim for a healer when they're damaged. Which, yeah, it's going to severely hamper the pacing of this map. But that's fine. We got so much Hinata action. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So yeah, while we sit here, while we wait for these ninjas to take themselves out on Hinata, how have we all been doing? How's today been for you guys? How's this week been for you guys? Me personally, I'll start. It's been an alright week so far. Today's been very busy. It's been a very busy day. I have not had really a moment of rest since I've been home. My boss has asked me to do stuff outside of work hours, which at first I was like, okay, well, that's a big no-no. Then I realized we have this nice time for time arrangement, shall I call it. So every hour that I work outside of normal working hours, I can use to basically take time off as well. So that means once I get that through the administration tomorrow, I will have an extra hour somewhere to spend. I could probably take an afternoon off at some point. Obviously, I don't like doing work outside of regular working hours, but it is what it is. Sometimes it's inevitable. More things that are going to make this map pretty long, pretty slow, are reinforcements right here and right here. We're going to have spear fighters, which are honestly going to be also pretty dangerous. And we're going to have diviners and archers coming in through the bottom there. Now again, for the most part, that is not really an issue. I think I want to just kind of bait out some enemies if I can. Probably these static ninjas. And I want to use a vulnerary to kind of patch myself up here. Now this does activate the caltrops, but they won't start dealing damage until the player phase. So for now, that is fine. We just have to be wary not to be on these for too long, because I think they also injure enemies. I'm decently sure that they do, but obviously would like to avoid trying so much AoE damage or environmental damage. Since I think it takes, I don't know how much it takes, probably 10% of your health every single turn. Yeah, it does. So it takes 3 damage. It takes 3 HP off Hinata every single turn. And obviously for now, that's pretty alright. But like I said, have to be considerate of what I actually do during these turns. I think for the most part, it's going to be popping vulneraries. Just reactively. Work's been going by surprisingly fast this week. That's good, Lucas. That's good. Love to hear that. For me, it cannot be going fast enough. It really cannot. I mean, I'm what now? I'm 2 weeks away from my summer holiday, so obviously I'm buzzing to get out there, buzzing to not have to work for 3 weeks, and admittedly, to not have to stream for 3 weeks. It's not that I don't like streaming. I love streaming. It's very fun, actually. It's much more fun than I anticipated, but obviously, having to do nothing, I'm very much looking forward. Just exploring cool places. Going to the UK once again. UK and Ireland. And we're skipping the worst part. We're skipping England. So that's even better. But yeah, huge things on the horizon. Okay, so I'm going to retreat back into the shrubbery. Because 1, it doesn't damage me. 2, it gives me an extra point of defense and 10 extra avoid. And Hinata's starting to get low, so I need to be careful. So let me once again get 1 vulnerary. Let me just use these up first, because there's no downside to doing it. The Shrine Maiden is also right there, so I could snipe her. at some point. And honestly, I think I might want to, since the more heals that are going to be used, the longer this map is going to take, obviously. No offense to English people, no, obviously. I mean, England was great. England was great while we were there. And I'm sure there's a lot of cool places that we have yet to visit. I mean, I know that there's a lot of places we still have to visit, because we've only been to London in England. So, admittedly, my and also my girlfriend's repertoire are admittedly very limited. Limited to the biggest city in the UK and one of the biggest cities in the world, so we have, of course, accrued some knowledge. But yeah, if we can, I'd like to go to places like, I don't know, what are cool places to visit? Bath, Cambridge, Reading. What's that place where Shakespeare was born? It's something upon some river or another. I forget what it's called. But there's still plenty of cool places to go, I'm sure. Just, we're skipping out on it this year, because we had quite a good impression of London last year, so we'd like to switch up the scenery a little bit. Switch from going to cities to actually going to the natural beauty of the UK this time. Stoke-upon-Trent? No, I don't think it's that. It's something upon, like... Oh, I forget what it's called. It's a different river. Upon Avon? Is that ever a thing? Surely. Okay, can I take out the Shrine Maiden as well? Okay, that's huge. So if I can take out the Shrine Maiden, that's going to significantly speed this up. Stratford upon Avon, yes, thank you. I knew it started with an S and it was upon Avon, but I didn't know the rest. As you can see, the Caltrops do damage all of the enemies, not just Hinata and Aoi here, so that's good. And while we're in this patch of forest, the hit rates are going to be very negligible. It's at most a 1 in 3 that they hit Hinata, so even for the Diviners, this is perfectly fine. She comes to Clacton and has great kebabs. I mean, okay, does it beat literally like Yami also said? Does it beat the German kebabs? That's the thing. In Germany, in Berlin, they had great kebabs actually, but then again, that country is essentially just Turkey too by this point. Which, you know what? I think for the cuisine of Germany, that's probably for the better, actually. No. I jest, of course. Schnitzels are great. Schnitzels are great. They have some good stuff in Germany. It's better than the Dutch cuisine at the very least, you know? If we're talking about burning cuisines, then... yeah, it's certainly better than the Dutch cuisine. Why not vacation to Japan for a while? Well, Luca, that is a great suggestion, and it is definitely on my bucket list. Unfortunately, going to Japan costs an arm and a leg. I will literally have to amputate 2 of my limbs to go there, I think. And that's just the plane ticket, right? And then I have to get 2 of those because I'm probably not going alone, in all likelihood. So that is a future wish, very much. It's very much a future wish. I mean, really the same goes with the United States. Once the situation calms down over there, I would really love to do a road trip in the United States. The thing is, however, transoceanic flights are really expensive, obviously. Like, you could be looking at 1,000 euros for a ticket. Now, I don't even know if that's a return ticket, to be completely honest. And then you still have to get hotels, you still have to get public transport, and you still have to get food while you're there. So it is admittedly it's a very expensive hobby, unfortunately, traveling. But Japan, United States, they are both on the bucket list. The United States does in fact have public transport. They even have trains. I would love to ride a train in the United States and see how ass it is. Especially compared to the European train system, of course, but it's really kind of unfair to... Did that ninja just escape? Huh. Curious. But yeah, I mean, those 2 are on the bucket list for sure. But like I said, transoceanic flights are just... they're really expensive. And yes, I would love to do one, but it's going to have to be at a later point in life when I'm a bit more financially stable. But absolutely, I want to go there. But for the time being, Europe has so much cool stuff to offer. Even the Netherlands itself has so much cool stuff to offer. Like, I've been talking about this with colleagues, right, who go on vacation in the Netherlands. People don't realize, people from the Netherlands, they don't realize how many cool things there actually are in the Netherlands. And I honestly stand with that 100%. Just the thing is, we as Dutch people, we as Dutchies, we love to make the illusion that the Netherlands are kind of ass. They are an ass place to be. Now, I'm certain that in some regards that is true. In other cases, I would say that the Netherlands are one of the greatest countries to be. Maybe even the greatest country to be in Europe. Especially for, maybe not for traveling, but there are really cool things to see. There really are cool things to see. Vogelrok, my beloved. Yeah, Efteling. The Efteling mentioned. Yeah, exactly. See, the Efteling, we got this really cool place called Baarle-Nassau, where you have these really, really weird country borders with Belgium, where literally the borders will cross through the streets. So there's a lot. There really is a lot. And I don't think that Dutch people realize that often enough, to be completely honest. Okay, here's the thing. I have to be a little careful here. The ninjas actually can't reach me there, nor can the bows. So I think I can go here safely, take out this spear fighting. Yeah, Dutchies like us, we do love to complain, that's true. We love to complain about just about anything. Even though we are, admittedly, one of the people that have it the best in Europe. Maybe even in the world, to be completely honest. Does this activate triple threat? It doesn't, because he didn't hit, but I'm sure it would have, if that spear fighter had hit. Here's the thing, I want to really take out this spear fighter. And I want to do that because he's paired up with an archer, and he almost has popped his guard stance. So, going to do that real quick. You managed to get a discount on photos because you were so excited and the ladies thought you were a child. That is a great story to tell, actually. But also, very wholesome workers. I mean, it needs to be said. The Netherlands, when you start boiling it down, it really does have some cool stuff. It really has some cool stuff. We have one of the greatest, maybe even, again, the greatest theme park in the world as well, the Efteling. Efteling is a beautiful place, beautiful theme park. I always love going there, I love taking people there. Because it quite literally is just a magical place. Yeah, but it's the same for most countries in Europe, right? When you really start looking, when you really start researching and looking for cool spots, you can find stuff in any country in Europe. I can guarantee you that. Poland has great places, the Netherlands has great places, probably even England has great places. We just haven't seen them yet. But London in itself is pretty awesome. London was also the top of my bucket list for the longest time, so I'm very happy I went. First and foremost, let me put that up front. But yeah, I mean, it is just a very exhausting city. Same with Glasgow. It's when the cities are that big, it tends to get very exhausting very quickly. Especially when you're walking through the masses of people every minute, every hour. It's pretty rough. Admittedly, we're not going to change that plan too much. Not going to front. Because we are going to Dublin. We're going to Cardiff, which I don't know how busy Cardiff is, but they are capitals of their respective countries. Also, Yura, I believe. Welcome, good evening, welcome to the stream. You have not missed much. We're slowly but surely starting to chop our way through the ninja forest, and are actually doing quite well. It's going quite well. We're able to one-shot all of the diviners. We're able to have a good chance against all of the ninjas, all of the archers, so yeah, it's nice. It's been a good experience so far. Cardiff gets busy, you know, because you used to go there for the Grand Prix with your parents. Okay, interesting, interesting. Not a chance. Yeah, we're also not going to get any crits whatsoever in this chapter, by the way, because the Kodachi cannot trigger critical rates or skills, being a 2-range weapon. Now, that is not an inherent quality of 2-range weapons in Fates, because there is also the upgraded version of the Kodachi, the Wakizashi, which actually can trigger skills and crits, but that's later on in the game. For the time being, we are locked to 0 crits this chapter. That's fine. As long as we're able to reliably take out these guys, then that is perfectly okay. But yeah, Cool stuff everywhere. So I'm, just to return to the original point, I guess, I am very much looking forward to the summer holiday. And like I said, it cannot arrive too soon, because I am due for a break. I'm not going to front. Especially with how much stuff they're trying to still get done before the summer holiday, you know. This is really the crunch period. Especially in the industry that I work in. I work in the construction industry. Now, I don't do construction. I do the marketing for a firm that sells windows, window frames, doors, and such. Just facade elements, right? And the builders themselves, the construction people themselves, they really want to finish stuff right before everyone goes on break in 2 weeks. And yeah, it tends to get very busy, to say the absolute least. So yeah, it is admittedly a bit of a hell of our own making as an industry, but at the same time, it is what it is. We just gotta go for 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. We probably have 2 more Fire Emblem Fates streams in us after this one. So there's stuff to look forward to in these 2 weeks, of course. Once this really gets rolling, once we're past the Ninja Forest, once we're past Chapter 11, and especially, I think, the goal for tonight, what I want to do, is I would love to get to Chapter 14 tonight. Chapter 14, of course, where we get the inferior Swordmaster, Ryoma, widely known, of course, as the second best samurai slash swordmaster in Fates, right after this guy, obviously. Hinata of Hoshido. But yeah, I think from that point on, where we're going to be seeing a lot more interesting maps, a lot more interesting interactions, especially once we get to the upgraded classes, the promoted classes. We're really able to capitalize, that's what I meant, on better skills, cooler skills. There's just a lot to look forward to, so yeah. Let's see, there is a Dragon Vein here now. I can't, as per the rules of this playthrough, I can't technically use it with Fuyumi. I don't think I want to. I think, in fact, I want to take out as many ninjas as I can right here, so... Defense-wise, I think Hinata's fine as long as he sticks to a patch of forest, which we are able to do here. So yeah. Did I say Fuyumi? Oh, I said Fuyumi again. Brother, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing this. I am not going to call her Aoi a single time anymore. It's going to be Fuyumi. Every single time. Fuyumi has top-of-mind awareness by this point. But can you really blame me? After her crucial role in the first ever successful Hinata solo run that I did. I do not think so. Let me see. Can I... I'm probably just taking out this one ninja. Yeah. Essex, your work is just trying to survive? Oh, you work at a school? The kids couldn't use tap water for a day? They couldn't use tap water. With the current temperatures that we're having. That is insane. That's fucking killer. Hello? Do you expect these kids to bring like a fucking 6-pack of water bottles, or what's the vibe? Surely there should always be a water supply. Is this the true face of England? I guess so, huh? Luckily the Headmistress is cool and brought a shit ton of water. That's good. That's good. I mean, really, as Headmistress, I feel like you kind of have to by that point. Not going to front. Since you're not going to be responsible for, like, a kid passing out on your school grounds, surely. Hack the game so Hinata can use Ryoma's sword that you can't spell? Oh, the Raijinto, you mean? Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be really funny, actually. That would make it a proper Swordmaster run, huh, wouldn't it? Okay, so now the archers are slowly coming to draw us in on us. So I am going to pull out more vulneraries. At this point I will have to start healing a bit more. I have to be more careful. Of course, the Shrine Maiden healing everyone. That's fine. See, because now we're starting to take quite a bit of damage. Fortunately, most of these enemies are stationary for the time being. And still a 30% hit is not that bad. Yeah, we can dodge these. And by now, it becomes even more essential that we take out these ninjas ASAP. As long as these archers and diviners are static, I do not have to move towards them. Also, I saw someone asking, ever thought of streaming on Twitch? I have actually thought about that, yes. And I think I do want to make that move, but I just don't want to make it right now. I think I'm going to make it after the summer holiday. I don't really have the time to look into that currently, but I know there's a very easy option to just dual stream. And you know, if that benefits the actual patronage of this stream, you know, the amount of people that we can have in chat, the amount of people we can connect and chat with, then I'm absolutely for that, 100%. But yeah, I'm going to have to really sit down and check out how that all fits together. So I'm going to do that after the summer holiday, most likely. Which will be the end of August. So we're going to be having 2 more streams, which are going to be exclusively Fire Emblem streams, that is, that are going to be exclusively on YouTube. But hopefully after my summer holiday, I'll be able to migrate to Twitch for, you know, partly as well, partially. Okay, so the map's starting to clear up. We can one-shot these Shrine Maidens as well, which is going to be very useful. Sunfestal, we can sell for money if we're really pressed for it, but realistically we're going to have so much money in this game that it doesn't really matter if we get this or not. Caltrops are spawning once again, that's fine. By this point we can start taking out characters one by one. Now in this formation that's not quite going to work. I see a very efficient patch of woods that doesn't have caltrops, and that both of these enemies can reach, so let me do that. Very nice. Yo, Tomas, welcome. Welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome. Good to have you. We're almost at the end of Ninja Forest. So you haven't missed much. Well, you've missed a lot of repetitive combats, I suppose, but good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Hinata run is going smoothly, for the time being. So let's see. Again, the ninjas have priority to take out. Now, there is going to be one issue, and that's going to be the boss. I do not love facing this boss with Hinata, because he is a Master Ninja. Master Ninjas are infamous for essentially being the greatest class in this game. It's such an overpowered class. It's really not funny. But I think it should be doable. I think it should be very doable. Now, funny thing we can do here, I think, is we can make use of the fact that we have Vantage. We actually don't use a Vulnerary here. We have the Guard Stance and we have Vantage. So with Vantage, we can kill this Diviner in one hit. 100% hit rate, by the way. And then we deal with this Archer, whose hit we are going to just block with the Guard Stance. And then the only enemy left is going to be Kotaro himself. God Nata for the win. The plan is very simple, it's true. I love that you guys are still in on this. I love that we all remember the plan, and that it's very simple, first and foremost. That's great. Alright, so we're here. We are up against Kotaro. You know what? Never mind. He has a dual shuriken. Absolute buffoon. Look at this guy. Dual shuriken. This is free real estate for Hinata. This is actually the easiest matchup of his life, most likely. Now, let's not get too big for our britches quite yet, but dual shuriken? Yeah. Let me see if I can use the blinding blade. Let's see how much that does. Yeah, we can't get the chest, that's true. It's a little unfortunate. I forget what's actually in the chest. I know I typically get it with Tsubaki on this map, and I don't think it's anything like especially huge. I don't think it's like a stat boost item or anything. I believe it's a weapon. But it could be a stat booster just as easily. Damn. 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 This... Point and laugh. Everyone fucking point and laugh at this fucking buffoon. 0 attack, 3 hit, 23 times 2. GG, pack it up, fries in the bag. Goodbye, Kotaro. This is it. Thank you so much for walking right into my domain. Perhaps I'll name one of the latrines in my new castle in your honor. Yeah, watch this shit, Kotaro. Bing. Bada boom. Pow. It's just that easy, really. It is really just that easy. No, Mokushu must not fall. It is going to fall. And that is going to be a level up for Hinata. After a hard-fought battle. More strength, more luck, more defense, more res. He kind of wants to brag to everyone right now. He should. He 100% should. This is really just too easy. And another Kodachi to add to the convoy. And that is Chapter 10, Ninja Village. Well, well, well. That actually was a lot more manageable than I expected, not going to lie. With this, we are also going to get back Takumi. Takumi is going to join our ranks, and Hinata will actually have a line in this, I believe. Which obviously, any canon lines for Hinata we have to see. And we're going to get a bit of Azura singing as well. How are you? Just snapped from a life-threatening curse. How are you? Yeah, but here we go. We're back. Sakura, Hinoka, yeah. Come on, get the real goats in here. Yeah, baby! There he is. There's our man. There is our man. 2 whole lines. 2 whole lines. And Oboro as well. We'll give Oboro some time in the limelight as well. 1 line. Yikes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? 2 lines for Hinata, 1 for Oboro. But okay, that is that. We also get Kagero, I believe. Or Kagero, sorry. Kind of mixed the original pronunciation with American there. But yeah, we get Kagero back. Kagero being, of course, the wife of Hinata in the original Hinata solo run. In this run, I'm not quite so sure if that's going to happen, to be completely honest. Because I am still toying with the idea of actually just marrying Hinata to Aoi, especially since she is a Berserker, so as a Swordmaster, Hinata will be able to have access both to Berserker skills and hero skills. Hero skills including Axebreaker and Soul, which is going to be very huge, actually, if we can get Soul. But yeah, overall, huge developments. Kotaro was, of course, no match for Hinata. He never was. But okay, it's good to see that he's still got it. The goat has still got it. Crazy that he was able to double Kotaro as a Master Ninja. It's insane. It's insane. This guy is just a little too good for his own good, I think. But okay, I believe we are able to... Sorry, my English. We're able to build something now. We're able to build the puppets. We're able to build a hot spring as well. The puppets are interesting because the puppets are basically the Hoshidan version of the Stoneborn, in that you can use these guys in your castle, in the My Castle area, and during invasion maps, they will act as units, as green units, and they will help defend your castle. Now, typically, they're quite ass, but they are pretty potent distractions, so that's something we can invest in if we do one more training battle, one more, what's that called? One more scout battle? Yes, that's what it is. Showtime. Yeah, no questions asked. No questions asked. Lock the fuck in. We're gonna get some pearls with Hinata against the Sky Knight. This is the easiest matchup of our lives. Watch this shit. Bada bing, boom. Boom. Aoi hits, that's perfect. Boom, Aoi hits, doesn't even need to. Beautiful. 9 damage taken. Nothing. That is nothing to this man. He's just so... I fucking love Hinata, man. Every single time I play this game, he is so fun. I love his voice lines. Cam Clark did such an amazing job voicing this guy. It's just great. It's such a great time every single time. Honestly, I feel like I should have maybe bet some beans instead, not going to front. But that's okay. That's okay. So here's the thing. Ninja Forest went through pretty easily, shockingly easily, actually. Which, I suppose it just goes to prove that good preparation is really half the work here. And, well, especially with Birthright here, enemy stats are not going to be that high. They're not going to be scaling as fast as they do in other games, I think. So, that's good to keep in mind. Also, Christian! Good evening, Christian. Good evening, mate. Welcome. Good to have you. We just got through Chapter 10, for your information. Hinata literally one-rounded Kotaro. 23 times 2 against Kotaro. Absolute buffoon. But yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, someone offered up the idea of getting a dual katana, but we cannot get them at the time being. The best we can get is a steel katana, which obviously we're not trying to go for because it's going to take away 3 speed, effectively. But what we can do, as we see, we have Kagero, who comes with an energy drop. Absolutely huge, because this is +2 strength. So that's going directly to Hinata. once I remember to actually take it off Kagero. What we can do, what I was going to say, is we can sell some staves, because we're not going to use these staves anyway. Yeah, so it's a good starting place, I think. Now for this next chapter, I don't believe we're going to have to spend too much money, especially since we already have a Master Seal, we already have the tonics, so it's going to save us some money during this chapter. But okay, what else can we really do here? We could take the energy drop of Kagero. I'll keep the Fujin Yumi on Takumi just because, you know, it's fitting. Aside from that, we don't really need to do anything. Carbol! Carbol, good evening to you as well. You did miss an entire chapter, unfortunately. But that's okay. That's okay. All you need to know, Carbol, and this is absolutely massive, is that Hinata one-rounded Kotaro. I forgot the guy's name for a second. He was so insignificant in this chapter. Chapter 11 did give us some trouble in the last solo run, the original solo run, especially because there wasn't anything we could really counter most of the enemies with. The Kodachi is unfortunately just very limited in what it can do. You cannot double with the Kodachi, so that's also a pretty big spanner that throws in the works. But there we go, 17 strength on Hinata, which is, it's great. The stats, when unpromoted, they cap at 20. I believe every single one of them, except maybe luck. I don't actually know how that works. I know luck is always a little funky, but yeah, Kotaro's so insignificant. He's not in Fey. He had no business being on that map. Some of the regular ninjas were tougher than that guy. Literally one-rounded 23 times 2 with an iron katana. Yeah, it's absolutely washed boss of that map, I'm not going to lie. But okay, yeah, we have 3 Master Seals somehow, apparently. I've apparently just bought 3 Master Seals, so that's pretty cool. Here's the thing. I feel like it's probably worth it to reclass Aoi at this point in time. I will have to check what the pair-ups are. I believe Hinata didn't get defense from the pair-up with Aoi, so I don't know if we actually lose that if we reclass Aoi either. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what reclassing her does. I'm decently sure that being in the fighter class will give Hinata more strength still, because the fighter class just directly buffs strength, just like the berserker class. So let me see, and we need to reclass her eventually anyway if we want to get to berserker. So this is pretty good. She has Dragon Fang already, so we don't need to be occupied about that. If we turn her into a fighter, she also, yeah, she gets more speed, gets more HP. She loses a few defenses. That's what the fighter class is ultimately. But I think we are going to invest in that. And we're going to get the Norian promotion music, because this is a Norian class. And here we go. First, I guess technically promotion of the run. So here's Fighter Aoi. 2 defense, 2 skill, 1 speed at the exchange of 3 magic and 2 points of mixed defenses. Which are going to be so insignificant it really does not matter. But let's see here. I think what I'm going to do next is, well, put this away, probably, since I don't need that. I'll give her a brass club just so she has something to defend herself with if push comes to shove. Her little model changes on the map, as you can see. She's kind of looking like the Hunchback of the Notre Dame right now, but that's okay. But yeah, that seems good. We're going to have to see what the actual stat pair-up buffs look like, which I think we're able to see pretty easily, to be completely honest. If we just do a little challenge here at the Wind Tribe Village, we might as well. We might as well try to set up a little bit for an eventual S-rank support between Hinata and Aoi, if that is something that we ultimately decide we want to do. Which I think it's honestly starting to look like. But yeah, see, now the buffs are even better. We got +5 on strength, just from making her a fighter. So that's 1 point, comparatively, more than in her Norian Noble class. I think it's the same with speed. No, speed is the same, I believe. But now, of course, Hinata doesn't get any buffs to his defenses, which you could say is a drawback. at the same time, you could argue more speed, more strength is really all you need on this guy, and I would probably give you the benefit of the doubt. Also, yeah, the Shura choice is only in Conquest. That is not in Birthright. In Birthright, you just straight up recruit him. In chapter, 21, I believe, somewhere along those lines. When you start invading the Northern capital. But yeah, there is no such choice. There is no choice to make between a pair of boots and Shura. But we are going to get a few pairs of boots, I think. And actually, that is a pretty good point. It's a pretty good thing that you mentioned that. Because, actually, if we can, I feel like we would want to get Ninja on Hinata. Or Ninja on Aoi, alternatively, somehow. Because we do need Lock Touch. Unless we can buy chest keys at some point. I actually don't know if you can buy chest keys in, for example, the Rod shop. That is something that I would have to look into. If we cannot buy chest keys, then Lock Touch is going to be essential, which means we kind of need to pivot towards having Hinata marry Kagero once again. Because there are some really good items, some really good stat buffs, and weapons that are locked behind chests. So that's one thing to keep in mind, I suppose, for the continuation of this run. But for the time being, we are fine just using the Blinding Blade, using the Forged Sunrise Katana, which we got 2 copies of right at the start of the stream, to absolutely murder every single thing on this map. And like, this katana is going to be so cool once we get to Swordmaster, because once we get to Swordmaster, the katanas are, almost all of them I think, are dual wielded. So it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, of course, the drawback is if we decide to go for Ninja Hinata, for Lock Touch, and maybe for Lethality, because that's really all it would be, value-wise, for this run. Then we would, of course, have to give up on getting Soul, getting Axebreaker, getting the Hero, and the Berserker/Warrior skills. If Hinata marries Kagero, he's gonna debauch so many women again. No, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Do not remind me. Do not remind me of the credits of the post-credit scene. Hinata is a fine, pure, good-hearted individual. He would never debauch with any women that are not his wife. It's that simple. You can't find chest keys on the wiki page, so you don't think they exist? I don't think you can buy chest keys in Fates. Okay, hold on. We're getting a bit of negative feedback here. Which, well, that is really what I remember as well. But, like, I'm not entirely sure if that is the case. I feel like I've seen the chest keys, like, in stock somewhere at some point. I know we have a chest key in the convoy, probably, since we got it from that one map. Then again, don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if you can check, like, the inventories of the different levels of the armory of the Rod shop, but if so, that would be pretty helpful. And otherwise, we just gotta wait. We don't have to commit to marrying Hinata to Aoi at any point during this run. If Saizo and Hinata support, just friendship seal the boy to master. They do not support, unfortunately. Hinata and Saizo do not have a support in this game, which is very sad. I would love to see them have a support, but they don't. Oh, hold on. That is a great point that you mentioned, actually, Lucas. We could get a support between Kagero and Aoi, and that way we could get, through a friendship seal, we could get Ninja onto Aoi. But here's the thing. As per the rules of this run, Aoi cannot initiate combat. She cannot initiate combat, I believe. I actually have to check the rules that I set for myself, not going to lie. I'm going to check it on my awesome Hinata-pilled phone. Okay, so, Aoi cannot initiate combat. So hypothetically, if we enemy phase everything, we could build support between Kagero and Aoi and get Ninja onto Aoi that way. So that is a possibility. or just have her dual guard. That is also a possibility, I suppose. But according to the rules I set for myself, no initiating combat. That does not mean entering combat. She can enter combat, just not offensively. So yeah, I suppose that's going to be the way forward. Those are good options that we definitely have to keep in mind. But yeah, this is good. The early stages of this run are really... They're primarily for planning out the latter parts of this run. I also have to check, there are sparkly spots, which, do I want to commit going all the way over there? Probably not. So, see if these guys move. They do move, the Cavalier moves. There's a Worm Slayer, which, these are things that you're going to see quite a lot, actually, in Lunatic mode. The characters on the scout maps, the enemies, they're going to have really crazy inventories. Okay, got Lapis. Lapis is not bad. It's not necessary for this run, because I believe you use it to upgrade Naginata and Spears. But, well, specifically Naginata, there's a different ore in Conquest for that. There's the first crit of tonight. Here I come! First crit of the night with the Sunrise Katana. And there we go, we have 3 Dragon Vein points, so we can build all of the puppets. All of Yukimura's puppets. And, in fact, we can do the lottery once again. So, doing these scout maps is really not a bad thing. Okay, so let's see, the puppets. I always like to place the puppets symmetrically. Like, I like to place one there. I like to place the B one just kind of in the middle here. At the very start, it's going to distract some enemies. And then, yeah, symmetrically, so... right there. Boom. Okay. So that's good. We got all of those knocked out in one go. Actually, I think I want to move this close to the entrance. Alright. And that's looking pretty snazzy. Check with the Ninian or the Jagan bot. Yeah, but look, I think... I actually don't think that you can buy chest keys. I think Essex is right. And to confirm that, I will check the... Yeah, no. So, here's the thing. We got chest keys, we got door keys in the first chapter that Hinata was in Chapter 9, Land of Gods. You actually do get a chest key and a door key from some of the enemies there. But we send them to the convoy, and if we don't use them in that map, in that chapter, then they disappear from the convoy. So, that is unfortunate. Bit of an unfortunate thing about Fates. But if that's the worst thing about Fates, then... it's a pretty good game, not going to lie. And it looks like we do actually have the opportunity to S-rank Hinata and Aoi already. Now, like I said, I don't want to commit to this yet. I want to see how it goes. I want to see how this run progresses. I want to see if it's necessary, even, to S-rank with Aoi. I think it's going to be beneficial. But at the same time, there are other candidates. Now, also, at some point... I think it will actually be very beneficial to start support grinding Hinata and Takumi. Because we will need Kinshi Knight for this run. We will need a flying class for the lava map, because the lava map sucks ass. And I don't want to do that as a footlocked unit. But that being said, we got that out of the way. Let's not give Lilith the last of our beans. Let's give Lilith another Daikon. Double checked, only friendship classes the boy gets are Archer, Sky Knight, and Diviner. Yeah, that's true. Friendship classes from Takumi and Kaden, respectively. Kaden giving magic classes, and Takumi giving the... And I guess Tsubaki. Tsubaki's also one. Yeah, Tsubaki's the Sky Knight. And those are, admittedly, they are decent classes. The magic class, of course, adds nothing for Hinata. Sky Knight is good for mobility, but that's also something you can get from Takumi. So that was initially the thought process. What is the best friendship class to get on Hinata? Because the choice was always between Tsubaki and Takumi, right? Also, we trust Saizo with our lives. Surely.
I am at your service.
Surely we do. Okay. Nico! Good evening, Nico. Hello. Is that Angelo that I see right there? That's great. That's a great little pivot. Okay. Let's see if we can get some beans with Saizo here. With Kaze, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to have Saizo take charge of this. And Saizo, look at the damage output. It is absolutely beautiful. And 0 damage taken. Is there any better character than Saizo in this game. Yes, it's Hinata, but Saizo is such a goated unit, it's not even funny. But there we go. And we can invite someone to our little private quarters. Can we invite Hinata? No. We can invite Motsu, Kaze, and Sakura, in which case it's going to have to be Sakura.
Well,
Come on then, Sakura. Sakura's cute. I like her.
you make me want to try my hardest to be a better person.
W Sakura. Okay, but that's all we can do in my castle. And by this point, I'm not entirely sure if there's much else we can really do. It is possible that we might want to try forging the Iron Katana further, which I think technically we can do with the amount of pearls we have. At the same time, is that something that I want to do right now? Probably not necessary yet. When did you do the Motsu paralogue? Oh, that was like the first thing we did after we got Hinata, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the first thing I did after getting Hinata. And the run is going very well, Nico. Thank you. Yeah, we just got through a map which is, in theory, a bit of a slog to get through. Lots of 2-range units, which Hinata typically cannot counter. He can counter now, but only one attack at a time. He cannot double with his 2-range weapon. We got through it all right, actually. Like, no obstacles, really. Even the boss, we one-rounded. Literally took him down with 2 hits during 1 round of combat, so... It's great, it's great. It's, we're buzzing, I think. Now here's the thing. We gotta kind of make a decision at this point. Executive decision. Do we invest some time right now into getting Takumi and Hinata's support rank up? I think we can do it relatively fast, especially since Hinata's going to be covering all the combat anyway. We can just do a few scout maps. We have the money for it. We have the gold for it. Alternatively, we could just push on to chapter 11 right now and see how difficult that is. Both are valid, in my opinion. We will eventually have to do the Takumi grinding anyway. So it might be in our best interest to do it right now. But if anyone has any input on that, I would love to hear it. Personally, I think we might as well get it out of the way, since this stream is really about getting through a bit of the hard part of the early game. It's good to gauge the difficulty of Chapter 11. That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Everyone's saying do Chapter 11 first. Okay, well, I am a man of the people. So let's do that. Let's see if we actually need to do anything special to beat this map. Let's see if we need to promote. Let's see if we need to promote Aoi, maybe even. Yeah, let's see. Chapter 11, To the Sea. This was the biggest roadblock of the initial Hinata solo run. Initially, as a samurai, I could not do this. I could not get past this map. I also forgot to try and feed Hinata beans, I'm not going to lie. So maybe I should go back and try to do that. But at any rate, this is the map. Now, as you can see, this map is on a boat. This is the classic Fire Emblem boat map. At the very least, we're not going to have multiple boats, like in the classic Fire Emblem boat maps. But yeah, this map is pretty rough. Especially because this is the first map in the game where you will start seeing regular enemies in promoted classes. So right here we have a Malignite, for example. And these guys are going to be there aplenty. I believe there is a Falcon Knight right here who can heal. And a big downside of this map is also this guy, this Wyvern Lord, who can use lances. A Killer Lance, even. Now, with the Killer Lance, he has 29 crit. There is a world in which we can bump up Hinata's luck such that he only faces 5 crit, for example. That is a possibility. The bigger issue on this map is that the enemies, every single enemy on this map, has the healing AI, the retreat AI, once they get injured. And once they do that, they will all start flying towards the one healer on the map, which is this Falcon Knight. Of course, the Falcon Knight can only heal 1 unit per turn, which means, at a certain point, once this Falcon Knight starts moving, every single unit that flocks around this Falcon Knight will also start moving towards Hinata. So what you're going to have is a massive ball of enemies moving towards Hinata. at breakneck speeds. And that's going to get quite tough. It's going to get very overwhelming. Now, big difference between this run and the last run is that we have the Sunrise Katana. We even have a forged Sunrise Katana, so that is 20 extra avoid. As you can see, we have a raw 55 avoid. And these guys do not have the greatest hit to speak of, especially with the weapon triangle advantage that we have with Hinata. So, like, only Hinata guy can attack or something? Yes. That is essentially the point of this run. The point of this run is I can only use this character, Hinata, who is right above me currently. I can only use this guy to attack. I cannot initiate combat with anyone else. That is exactly the point, Nico. Also, Melee Knights are technically at a disadvantage with swords. Yes, that is given that they only have axes, which in this case is not it. Because these Melee Knights also come with magic, and magic is still a very weak point for Hinata, given that he only has 8 resistance, 9 if we take off the katana. Also, we might have to babysit Reina. That is a great point, Luca. That is a great point. We might have to babysit Reina. Last time we did, it brought good fortune, so I think it's in our best interest to do it this time as well. Yeah, but when all is said and done, there's just some really powerful enemies on this map. There are going to be flying reinforcements as well. Now, additional thing about this map, and I will actually stop yapping for now, I will actually start preparing, is that on this map you have dragon veins that create storms as well. These storms will fly down, they will slow down flyer units. They will cut their movement, I think, in half, I believe, so they will have like 4 movement at most, maybe, or 3. There is no avoid tiles on this map. 0. There's no like hatches, I think maybe the stairs. Yeah, the stairs give 10 avoid, I suppose. That is the only thing that you can do here. But yeah, aside from that, it is a big ball of, it's a big map of nothing. So we're gonna have to see what we can really do here. Of course, pairing up Aoi and Hinata, giving every single tonic to Hinata except for magic. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting map, this. It's going to be an interesting map. It could be that we might have to promote, but I don't really know about that. I think at the very least, I should not repeat myself and actually just do what we can, see how it goes, and if necessary, we promote, or we instead focus on getting different skills on Hinata. It is really a question of what can we do. So let's save. Let's see what this map is all about.
You'll be all right.
So with the pair up, Hinata has 23 luck, which is really good, obviously. This guy has 29 crits, so Hinata faces a 6% crit, given that this guy uses the Killer Lance. Which honestly, he's much more wont to use the Steel Star Axe. Enemies in Fire Emblem typically try to initiate at 2 range when they see that a unit cannot counter. But okay, let's see here. I think a solid first move to try is just activating this Dragon Vein, which we can do, as per the rules. Aoi can activate Dragon Veins. And that's going to make it a bit easier. Reina is here already. She immediately spawns onto this map. So here's Reina. Reina is a Kinshi Knight. She is a flying class who can wield bows. And she's going to beeline for Korin, for Aoi, as soon as she can. And she is going to technically be a distraction for the enemies on this map as well. She will snipe one right here, I think. She actually won't, which kind of sucks. I believe we can talk and then switch positions, so that should still be fine. Reina, of course, we cannot have attack. We cannot have anyone except for Hinata attack. But okay, we will at least recruit Reina, because she has some useful stuff. Now I can switch, and I can attack, and I can almost one-shot these Wyvern Knights, actually, which is really useful. It's really useful for making them retreat, I suppose. Ideally, I would one-shot these guys. Which, ironically, having said that, if we had access to the mercenary class skills, if we had strong riposte, I guess we could one-shot them. Or if we had quick draw. Here's the thing, if we had quick draw from Archer, which would give us +3 raw damage, we could one-shot these Wyvern Knights with the current setup that we have. Is that necessary at this point in time? No. Would it be cool? Yeah, absolutely. But okay, I think they're going to retreat, and they are going to try and go for Hinata still. So that's good. Now I equipped the Kodachi. I imagine that actually, with a different katana, I could probably... Oh yeah, we double these guys. Granted that they don't have 2 range. So that's an essential sticking point. That's a very essential sticking point. Reina is going to have to stay out of range for a bit. What I want to do, I think, ideally, is, again, take out as much as I can right away. With the Sunrise Katana, that is a 0% hit rate on the axe units, at the very least. And we don't even have the bean buff. We don't even have the strength dish buff. So honestly, pretty solid situation to be in. Yeah, so in total, there's going to be, I believe, 4 places where 4 reinforcements will spawn. So there will be 16 extra flying units spawning in throughout the course of this map. Which, it sounds pretty bad. It is honestly not that terrible, especially because they all have 1 range. So, not much to really be scared of there. In fact, I think if I end turn right here... Yeah, honestly, this seems like a pretty solid setup. And Hinata can potentially crit. So if we need a crit at some point, we can always bank on the 4%. We have seen that Hinata pulls it off. We've seen it against Zola. He's able to do it. And yeah, honestly, this is looking good for now. For now, this is looking good. As soon as all of the other flying units on this map start moving, that is when things are going to look a little bit more scary. For the time being, yeah, it's looking perfectly fine. Now, if we keep maneuvering Reina to not be in range of these flying units as well, then that's going to be perfect. Okay, I was hoping that they would be able to move 1 space further, but I guess the storm is, yeah. The storm also actually decreases a void. So, ideally, I want to not be in that, even with Hinata. For the time being, this positioning is fine. Let's take out this one. Kaluo Kalani, welcome to the stream. First time, I think, joining the stream, or at least saying something in stream. So welcome. This is a very good situation for Hinata, unironically. These flyers are going to start piling up here, of course, but once we take them out on the bottom side, we can move over to the top and start taking out units there. So... the Naginata ones might be an issue. That is a valid concern. I really wish I had the dual katana at times like these, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, see, once all of those flyers start moving in unison, that's when things start getting a little rough. I will move Hinata up to hopefully distract them effectively. Reina's gonna have to stick to the back as much as she can. Yeah, and this is where the -20 avoid from the storm kicks in, because we have, essentially what we have in this situation is all of the avoid buffs from the Sunrise Katana are completely negated by the fact that we have -20 avoid because of the Tempest. And now the units are going to start piling up. Now, I want to not be in the Tempest, like I said, so I'm going to put Hinata right here. Is this a bad decision? We're about to find out. I think it should be fine for the time being, especially if... they don't have 2 range. Good old reliable Pegasus Knights. When you need when you need a unit that doesn't deal damage, just go for the trusty old Pegasus Knight. Even with the Steel Naginata, even with Weapon Triangle advantage, 0 damage. It's great. Great situation for Hinata. So, it's looking like even the units that have Naginatas will not be too threatening. Especially when you've got matchups such as these. This is looking good.
No chance.
Taking them one by one slowly thanks to the Dragon Vein is a good strat. Yeah. It's like you really gotta separate both sides of the ship. That's essential on this map. Because if you try to take both at once, you get swarmed really easily. Now, realistically, that's still going to happen at some point. But if we can stall the inevitable, then I think we're gonna be great. Let's get wild! The Let's Get Wild county. That's 1 for this stream. I believe we got 1 last stream as well. But that's great. It's beautiful. Sunrise Katana plus stairs might be a good combo for soloing. It may be. It may be. Now, unfortunately, the stairs are in a bit of a tough position, where they don't really offer anything good position-wise. I think ideally I don't want to stick to one place too much. I think I want to keep moving around and keep baiting out as many units that don't do damage as possible. 6% hit is foul. Oh, you're gonna see much worse things throughout this run, I think. You're gonna see 0% at a certain point. Once the Stoneborn start getting into play, yeah. 0% hit rate is going to be very realistic, actually. And there we go, yeah. No, this is looking good. I think the only threatening parts of this map... Well, annoyingly, there are going to be quite a few units with 1 to 2 range, including the boss of this map, which they're going to be the most threatening, realistically. Because if we don't take them out quickly, then that means we'll have to deal with them later. And they could potentially start piling up, which we don't want. Also, hello to your little sister, Yami. Hello, Yami's sister. Everyone said in unison. It's great. Okay, so Reina now starting to experience the effects of the Tempest herself. Realistically, she should be fine fending her own against a Pegasus Knight, of all things. But still, we want to make sure that Reina doesn't die. Because she is kind of our good luck idol on this map. Our good luck talisman. Of course, the real talisman is, 1, the friends we made along the way. But also 2, of course, the thing that made Hinata crit last time. The actual Hinata card. Beautiful Hinata card. But okay, so the Kinshi Knight has been baited. The Kinshi Knight has been baited. Which means that we can start taking her out. Reina will have to continue pulling back. I do not want her to be initiating any sort of combat. So if this Pegasus Knight goes for Hinata, all the better. This Kinshi Knight also has a Master Seal. Now, this is perhaps one of the easiest matchups of all time as well. I'm thinking that we're actually cooking quite hard with Hinata here. And I'm starting to think, maybe this is the hubris speaking, but I'm starting to think that Swordmaster / Samurai is looking better and better by the minute. These matchups are looking great, especially now that we have the Sunrise Katana. It's a very weird thing to say, but the Sunrise Katana may or may not be what makes or breaks this map for Samurai Hinata. Okay, so now Reina is in range of being attacked by this Pegasus Knight, which, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. She's actually fine if she goes there, and then I can just bait her out with Hinata, so... That's good. Reina is safe for the time being. And I guess it is true that I could unequip Reina's weapon. That is certainly true. Now the thing is, people can still defend themselves, obviously, as per the rules of this run. They just cannot initiate combat. So Reina being in combat is not per se a bad thing. I guess I was kind of, you know, I was kind of overstating the importance of Reina not being in combat at any point. But okay. So what we're also going to start having right now is we're going to start having characters with non-usable weapons by the player. These are 1 to 2 ranged weapons. This is a throwing Naginata, the Nagayari, which is a 1 to 2 ranged weapon, I believe. Yes, so it essentially acts like the Kodachi, just as a Naginata. But they're not usable by the player. These are enemy-exclusive weapons. And we're not really able to do anything against them, because realistically we just want to be equipping the Blinding Blade, the Sunrise Katana here. You're only scared of the promoted Wyverns, Lucas? That is a very fair observation. The Killer Lance is still looking pretty daunting. Of course, I don't know what the damage output is on that Wyvern Lord, but I have to imagine it's nothing to scoff at. But yeah, that is something that we will have to just take a look at. So yeah, these enemies will variably have 2 ranged weapons. So we will have a few with steel Nagiyaris, of course, when they don't do damage and they don't hit. When they hit as reliably as GBA javelins, we'll be fine for quite a bit. Same with the hand axes. But level 17, strength lock defense. Gorgeous. Don't need anything else. The speed we're really going to start compensating for once we get to Swordmaster. Swordmaster, I think, gets a pretty huge increase in speed growth. So yeah, if we ever have to compensate for that, of course the Aoi pair-up will go a long way for that as well. I mean, 4 speed just from pairing up, and I believe it's going to be even more once she hits Berserker. You thought when looking at an Azura solo run she could use a Nagayari? No, unfortunately not, Luca. Unfortunately not. The Nagayari, the Star Axe, and I think just those two are like the enemy locked weapons. As for 2-range lances that you have in Hoshido, you technically have the Javelin, which you get from Silas. If you recruit Silas, you get the Javelin, which you always recruit Silas. He joins automatically after Chapter 7? Yeah, Chapter 7. So that will never be an issue. As for legit 2-range weapons in Hoshido that you have the Kodachi, the Wakizashi, there's the Bolt Naginata, and then there's the Throwing Club and the Battering Club. And of course, there's the Shuriken, which are really broken. Realistically, enemy-locked weapons should never be a thing, but, yeah, it is what it is. It's not really a detriment to the player, to be honest. It's not really a detriment. The way Fate's leveling system works, you think it's technically more efficient to promote at level 19? See, I have heard something like that, I just don't know the specifics of it. I know that in the original Hinata solo run, I did actually promote Hinata at level 20. And I don't think I really underfound any... that's a Dutch word that I just used and just translated to English. I don't think I really experienced any drawbacks from that. I believe you gain more EXP though if you level up or if you promote at level 19, right? That's, I think, the sticking point of that decision. Okay, but now, yeah, now the swarm begins. Now the true test has started. Every single unit on this map is going to move towards Hinata. So what I want to do now is get as centrally as possible, so that they don't start going for Reina at any point. Yeah, underfound, ondervonden, yeah, it's literally just a Dutch word, but there's also the 0%. 0 damage, 0% hit rate, 0% crit rate. We're going to see it quite a lot, believe it or not. But okay, Reina, let's get her as centrally as possible as well, so they don't start going for her. But this is where the true test of Chapter 11 starts. If Hinata is able to live the swarm, TM, then I think we're good to just beat this map. Slowly but surely. If all else fails, you can always early promote a Swordmaster for the stat boost. Yeah. That's what the only other option will really be, I think. Because we're not going to use anything from a friendship seal, for example. We're not going to be using like archer or sniper or anything to get the advantage on this map, the upper hand, as it were. But so yeah, see, the Malignites. The Malignites are the scariest part of this map. And if we didn't have the Sunrise Katana, that would have been a 61% hit. So the Malignites really are our biggest priority to take out on this map. Now, with Duelist's Blow, I called it Warrior's Blow before, that's not what it is. With Duelist's Blow, I think we're going to be looking at a dead controller, first and foremost. Yikes, controller ran out. So the game's going to start looking a little funky, I think, now that we can't move. But I believe... okay, there we go. The old controller is currently being charged, so we can move again. So we're going to be looking at... yeah, an 11% hit rate. At the same time, we cannot one-round the Malignites. We could if we didn't use the Sunrise Katana. Yeah, if we use the Iron Katana, we could actually one-round the Malignites. It is only a 31% hit rate, but with the 25 or so enemies that we have to face currently, I think I would rather stick with the Sunrise Katana, even if it does mean we will probably have to take some hits in the process. The the Malik Knights are going to give really good EXP, so honestly, going into more than one combat against them is not too bad of an idea. Just for the EXP gain. The small enemies are all going to be fine. It's really going to be about the Malik Knights, potentially the Falcon Knight, and definitely the Wyvern Lord with the Killer Lance. Those are the most threatening parts of this map. But all the rest is they're small fry, so no trouble there. Yeah, the Sunrise Katana's bonus is 20 extra avoid, at the cost of only being a 3 might weapon at base. Now, we actually got 2 copies of the Sunrise Katana at the very start of the stream, which means that we were able to forge it to have 5 might instead. Obviously, it's still on the lower side of might, as far as weapons go, but we'll definitely take what is practically double as much might as it is at base, especially with the extra 20 avoid. And yeah, like you're rightfully saying, Carbo, like I also pointed out earlier, had we had Quick Draw from the Archer class, Hinata would have been able to one-round that Malik Knight. All of these Malik Knights, in fact. Because Quick Draw, it does give the raw +3 damage output when initiating combat. Or if we had the Bean strength bonus, which, well, this time I just completely forgot to actually do. But I think for the most part, it's going to be fine. Alright. Quick Draw, also, yes, Inazuma 11 reference, absolutely. Though in this game it is significantly more useful than in Inazuma 11. It must be said. And in this game, Quick Draw is an offensive technique, not a defensive technique. That one is Quick Riposte. Or Strong Riposte, I think it's even called in this game. Okay, Steel Axe is doing damage, but only having a 16% hit rate when facing the Sunrise Katana. So, honestly, not too bad. And we are really clearing out the map quite efficiently. I think really the big problem with the initial Hinata solo run is that I wasn't able to kill anything on this map in one interaction. Especially with the Kodachi, which doesn't double. But I needed the Kodachi because otherwise I had to take too many hits at one range, I think. I don't really know what the exact motivation was, but I know I wasn't able to do it with a one-range weapon. Primarily because I think I didn't have the avoid boost that the Sunrise Katana gives. That was a 16% hit rate, yes. And the boss has 23, I think, something along those lines. Now this lone Pegasus Knight, this lone Sky Knight, seems to be heading for Reina, which is crazy. The Yurei must be insane on this one. To go for an enemy that is so much further away. And arguably has better stats, I think. Well, no, Hinata has better stats. Very easily, but... Okay, yeah, wow. Lumphao. By this point, do we just take him out? Like, frankly, do we just take him out? Maybe not. Let's be a little conservative. I think if we go a little too fast, we use the Iron Katana, we're kind of susceptible to being hit by multiple magic hits. So I think we're going to play it a little patient. But we are going to initiate. Yeah, the rates on these guys are absolutely dreadful. As it should be, obviously. Okay, there's one more. Aoi is slowly getting to her level up as well. I think Hinata, between all the different promoted enemies on this map, should be able to get at least one more level up on this map. But overall, this is going a lot smoother than I expected it would. Maybe I've just been traumatized by the original Hinata solo run, but this has really not been bad. In fact, it's been very doable. And I think it's all due to the Sunrise Katana, like, unironically. Unironically, the Sunrise Katana is carrying us through this map. Yeah, I look like a bit of a fool now, saying initially that this map was going to be difficult, alongside Chapter 10 as well. But really, the Sunrise Katana is so instrumental, you wouldn't think it, initially, and still, right, still, this combination is threatening. Like, we still got magic that's doing a lot of damage, and we got the one Falcon Knight on this map, which is actually doing decent damage too. So it is still decently scary. There is still every possibility that we don't make it out alive. To that end, I kind of want to take out this boss, kind of badly. At the same time, I kind of want to take this out really badly. The boss is not really going to do anything, especially as long as he keeps attacking at 2 range. Now here's the thing, I can take at most 2 magic hits, which I think should be doable. There's only 2 Malic Knights currently, so that's fine. I think if we take this out... Beautiful. So now we don't have to fear this Falcon Knight anymore. Falcon Knight, of course, the only thing on this map, I think, left with Weapon Triangle advantage. Which means higher hit rates, potentially more damage output. I'm not quite sure about that, but I could certainly see it being a thing. I think this is the very first guy that we attacked on this map. The guy with the droppable throwing club, which is awesome. 6% hit rates though, so we don't have much to fear. Even from the boss, 10% hit rate. Okay, hold on. Let's not get too silly now. Let's not get too silly now. See, this is what I'm saying. This map, it can change on a dime. It really can change on a dime. And the fact that he hit a 10% is even crazier because this is Fates, and like a 10% is like a 3%. So yeah, it's pretty tragic. Now here's the thing. That's obviously not going to happen again. So we're safe to just do this for now. Okay, so at most, we will take 10 damage this map. I could heal Hinata. I don't think it's worth it. Also, this is fine. He's had such stellar level ups, these past few level ups, that luck is fine. Like, any luck decrease we can get is, honestly, I will take it. Okay, but, yeah, I think it's fine. Hinata, I think, at most takes 10 damage this round. Surely he doesn't hit at 10% again. The boss does not hit... Okay, now it's at 20%, which is a little bit more scary. Still, that's fine. With the guard stance as well, Hinata has nothing to fear after this guy. So, the 1 HP Hinata. He's not taking damage though. So, here's the thing. If we take out the Malic Knight... Where is he? He's here. We have to take out this guy. And then... And then what? Yeah. Then we kind of have to... We have to rely on the guard stance, I think. But it is crucial that we take out this guy. We could use a concoction really well right now, but we don't have concoctions. We used all of them in Chapter 9. Yes, in Chapter 9 we just used everything. Here's the thing. This is okay. This is okay. If we use the Iron Katana, that is fine. We lose 20 avoid. So Hinata's going to face a 40% hit. But that's okay. That's okay. Look, it's gonna be fine. Don't even worry about it. Alternatively, here's an idea. Here is an alternative idea. We capitalize on Vantage. Yes, that's what we do, I think. We capitalize on Vantage. Because if we hit this guy with the Kodachi once, we pop the guard stance, we don't take damage. Next time he attacks us, he will take 19 damage again. He will die because of Vantage. The boss, same thing. The boss will not be able to initiate first because we have Vantage. So, if we do that, if we do this, it will work. Does Hinata kill the boss with the Kodachi? Absolutely. He only has 5 HP left. I think this is all we need. Am I playing a little risky, admittedly? Yes. Do I like doing it this way? Also yes. But like, it's a guaranteed Vantage hit, so there's really no shot that we lose this. Speed and defense are good as well. And HP plus 5. Nice. So I think we really have nothing to fear. We just gotta trust and believe. The plan is simple. The plan is Hinata. That's all we need. Watch this. He's smirking. He knows. 100% hit rate, Vantage. Boom. The Wyvern Knights are doing damage now. Well, this one specifically because he has a steel axe. And we get a throwing club. So that's one. Take 0 damage from this guy. And Hinata dodges, so perfectly fine. And now the only 2 enemies that are left are getting one-shot by a Vantage hit. So here's one, here's the boss. That's one. Solid work here. I think there should be another level for Hinata. Yep, this is good. Level 19. Strength, luck, defense, res. Ooh, indeed. No speed. Hinata's lacking a bit in the speed department, but that's fine, that's fine. Arm Scroll. Arm Scroll is going to be useful once we get to different weapon classes, or once we just get to the Swordmaster class. We can immediately bump it up to S rank. Okay, so that's the boss, and this is the Malik Knight. This is the only thing that still threatens us with a 100% hit rate. Boom. That's it. No chance. As Hinata says so aptly. That's it. Okay, and now we're just good. With the Sunrise Katana, we take out this Wyvern Knight, and then there's only the Pegasus Knight left. This one's for you! Gorgeous. Second crit, I think. Third crit of the night. I'm not really keeping track, or... yeah, not keeping track, but that's fine. Reina flees back into the Tempest, and Hinata takes out the Pegasus Knight with Vantage, with the Blinding Blade, and that is that. That is Gold Nata, Win Nata, the best Hinata you've ever seen, in a nutshell. And that is Chapter 11. That was just Chapter 11.
All right.
That's the last of them. Zola is here. Fuck-ass Zola. It's his fault, actually, that this is all happening. But don't tell him I said that. And there we go. That's really just all you need sometimes. The Sunrise Katana. It is insane how much of a difference the Sunrise Katana actually makes to the early stages of this run. In the latter stages, it's of course not going to be... Reina just also mentioned reinforcing our weapons with the quartz. Now, if we were a ninja, yes, that would have been the case. We need pearls to reinforce swords. Well, well, well. There's a character we're not going to see for a while in this game. I don't think are we even going to see him at all anymore by this point? I think he joins at a certain point, but... Gunther, yeah. Gunther. Holy crap, it's Gunther's potion fanboy? Yeah, that's me. Also, hello, Rar. Good evening, mate. Good evening. No, I don't think... I do not think, in fact, that... that Gunther joins in this game. So, who is this guy? Who does this potion belong to? Same with Asugi's Confaction in the original Hinata solo run, yeah. Like, who is this guy? Are we ever going to see him in this run? No. Also, hello, Strange Encounter. Welcome to the stream. Weapon level C attained on Lilith. Does this matter? No. Is she ever going to heal anyone in the castle maps that we're going to play? No. Is it cool? Sure. On the surface, yeah, sure.
Glad to help.
Alright. Do we trust Setsuna with a pearl? Ladies and gentlemen, do we trust either Setsuna or Hinoka with a pearl, or with a handful of beans? This is the question that we must now ask ourselves. I'm seeing a no. Is that a no to both Hinoka and Setsuna? I have to imagine so. See, I kind of trust Hinoka. I kind of trust Hinoka to win this for us. At the same time, Pegasus Knight. But we trust Hinoka with the beans, apparently. But I'm also seeing some people who are not trusting either. And then people are just very iffy about Setsuna. Yeah, Setsuna is hot ass. Not going to lie. Now here's the thing. I trust Hinoka with a handful of beans. Against a ninja, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. But we're going to see. We can always pull back. So if Setsuna hits her shots, okay, that's good. Setsuna's hitting both, apparently. And Hinoka finishes it. Okay. That's good enough. That's good enough. That's great. Hinoka has won us some beans. Victory is mine, as she would say. And now that we have succeeded in beating Chapter 11. We can upgrade Lilith's Temple, which is not very useful. What is more useful is actually... Well, the Einherjar shop is funny. I think we could technically get my Hinata from the original solo run. Also, we have some defensive structures, which I think if you upgrade... No, that's wrong. You don't get Yukimura if you upgrade one of these. I think if you upgrade one of the puppets... Or did I make this mistake in the original run as well? I forget whether it's a defensive structure that gets you Yukimura or one of the puppets. Doesn't really matter. Either way, Hot Spring is just for aesthetics. Puppets is Yukimura. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He is the puppet master, so that's fair enough. That's fair enough. The Hot Spring is purely aesthetic. It really just does nothing. The only thing it does is it gives you an excuse to see every character in your army in their underwear. That's literally all it is. There is no gain from it. So I will... Well, there is a point, actually. The Hot Springs gets you Izana. Once you fully upgrade the Hot Springs, Izana will appear. I think past a certain chapter. So that is the one use of the Hot Springs. The Einherjar shop, I'm kind of like morbidly curious. If we get the Einherjar shop... let's see, let's place it here. Am I able to have a look at my Hinata from the previous run, or am I only able to do that like at a certain level? I think it's probably at a certain level. So I can get a second copy of Aoi. I can get Rinka and Kaze, yikes. And then I can get a bunch of generics. Yeah, Ippei, Jitaro, Minori. Okay, yeah, nothing to really see here. Yet. But okay, that is as much as we can do currently. Now, really, this was like the most difficult stretch of the early game. So, I mean, are we kind of good to just barrel on? I mean, chapter 12. Ooh, Dark Reunion. Yeah, this is, this is a chapter, for sure. This is a chapter in which we have to face Xander. Xander being a very tough mini-boss. I don't know... I think he's technically the boss of this map. And facing Xander, he has like 20 raw defense. Which, sure, if we promote Hinata, I'm sure we could do something against him. Especially with the Sunrise Katana. This is also, yeah, that's a very easy map with a flyer. We don't have flyer Hinata yet. We could have him if we grind out the Takumi friendship rank right now. If we do that right now, and I think it would take at most like 15 minutes, if I'm going to be completely honest. 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Up to half an hour at most. We could get Kinshi Knight. I'm not going to use it on this map because it is doable without Kinshi Knight. Absolutely. But it is a thing worth considering. We could also do it... You know, we could do it gradually. What if we just do one map? What if we just try to get up to C rank? Takumi and Hinata right now. Let's see. Yeah, why not? I mean, we might as well just make some progress on that. The great thing about these maps is we don't have to bring Korn. We don't have to bring Aoi. So what I can just do is bada bing bada boom and just put Hinata in there and plonk and there we go. And that's all you really need to do. And now with the Sunrise Katana, we don't double, apparently, because these guys are level 12. They have Poison Strike and a lot of defense. Hold on. Okay, let's not be too quick about this now. Let's just stand here with the Blinding Blaze. Let's see. What's also the case, of course, is that with Takumi, I might have made a bit of an oopsie, not going to lie. Since I don't have access to the convoy. So, yeah. That is maybe not the greatest decision I've ever made, not going to lie. But that's fine. I saved at some point, I'm sure. It saved after we beat the chapter at the very least. There wasn't much we did afterwards. But let's see how far we can get here. Might have been a little too enthusiastic, not gonna lie. We should have also brought a Master Seal, yeah, absolutely. I was a little bit too enthusiastic about this one. But that's fine. As long as we keep initiating on these faceless, there's nothing to really fear, to be honest. Which, ironically, the guys are not moving. So that's going to put the spanner in the works, not going to lie. But that's okay. Yeah, I don't even double these faceless, and they deal 11 damage. Yikes. Yikes. And I don't get triple threat. And I get poison striked. Yeah, so... That's pretty rough. No going to front. This is like seeing a child learning how to walk, except they're What does being Dutch have to do with it, Rar? What does being Dutch have to do with it? Okay, I never learned from my mistakes. That's okay. So this was a bit too much. There's a bit too much of a big slice to cut off, but that's okay. We're going to just... Oops, sorry, wrong button. There we go. We're going to quickly do a tiny little reset. So I'm going to break the stream layout for a little bit, but it's going to be back momentarily. There we go. So, yeah, a bit more than I can chew, I suppose. But I think... Okay, it's saved after we beat the map, so let's just do our rounds and do what we did last time. Build the Einherjar shop. Boom. We put our trust in Hinoka once again. Get Gunther's potion once again. The RNG is the same, I'm pretty sure, so... Let's give some beans to Hinoka. Bada bing, bada boom. Te veel hooi op de vork. Yeah, well, it is what it is. You live and learn, live and learn. Again, I was a bit too enthusiastic. But like I said, the RNG is the same, I was about to say. Hinoka took a few more hits this time, I think. But it's okay. It is perfectly fine. Then we give Lilith another Daikon, and we're good to move on. So, here's the thing. We could bring the Master Seal. We could also just try to get an easier map, in which we don't need Aoi. That's the thing. That is also still a very valid option. What do you think this is? Engage with fixed RNG? No. No, but like the drop rates, if you reload a save, like the drops in the My Castle area are always going to be the same, and the RNG in the arena is, well, apparently slightly different, but that's okay. Let's see. So what are we doing here? I think we're just trying to find an easier scout map, to be completely honest. I think that's all we need to do. Yeah, I think if we try to find like an easy scout map, for example, in like Virginia, level 10 Dark Mages. I don't know how they got there. I don't know how they infiltrated into Hoshido so far, without any of them noticing, but we can certainly take these guys. Walk in. Level 10 Dark Mages, that's easy. So, now, I still don't have to bring Aoi, I don't think. I think on this map, I'm good to... Well, I'll keep Aoi around, if necessary. But these guys, yeah, they're level 7, like level 10 at max. So this is really just, in essence, a support grinding map. By any stretch of the imagination. So, let's try that again. I always have access to the convoy now, so if I need more vulneraries or I need a Master Seal, I can get them freely. Let's see, most of these are going to be 2 range, so let me get the Kodachi, and let me end turn right there. So yeah, this is going to be fine. Like, the magic units are the most difficult part once again, but if they keep missing, then we're going to be perfectly fine on this map. I still forget your rules in regards to reclassing. So, Hinata can reclass as much as he wants. He just cannot initiate combat in a class that is not the Samurai or Swordmaster class. That's all it is. So, essentially, I can reclass him to, say, Master Ninja, Kinshi Knight at will. That is fine. He just cannot initiate combat. Or even enter combat, I think. No, he cannot initiate combat while in a different class. So those are, well, those are really the only rules you need to know as regards reclassing in this run. So I can fly over Chapter 12 if I wanted to. I can also fly over the Lava Falls if I wanted to. The latter I will almost certainly do. The former, probably not, since Chapter 12 is kind of fun, honestly, once you get to figure it out. Chapter 12 does benefit from flight, I have to imagine, because it's one of the rare instances in Birthright, where it's not a route map, it's just an escape map. Of course. But I did it before, I did it with Master Ninja, so I think it is going to be 100% crucial that I reclass prior to starting that map. That I actually promote to Swordmaster by that point. Okay, so I'm missing 81% now. Let's get wild! It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. The 4% is crazy. How does he keep doing this? Literally, how does he keep doing this? He misses. He's like the only character where it doesn't matter if he misses.
I'll protect you.
Okay, now we're good to keep going with the Blinding Blade, I think. Okay, Luca, so we're dragging up the time where I didn't know the gimmick of the Lava Falls map. I had to face the lava. I was coping a little bit. Yeah, it's true. It's true. That did happen. Factual, factual. I did, in fact, cope very hard on that map, saying, I can surely do this. I can surely face like 20 mechanists and snipers and master ninjas, you know? Surely. Like, no trouble, no sweat whatsoever. And then the lava started happening. The faceless, not the faceless, the Stoneborn started happening. Yeah, it was over. Yeah, but currently the timeline is the timeline's looking pretty good, honestly. Was that lightning? That is potentially dangerous, not going to lie. So I am going to actually take this guy out immediately. Lightning, I believe, hits twice upon initiating combat. Yes, it's a Brave Tome, so kill. Kill immediately. Beautiful. Just a quick little stab. Whoosh. Lava requires flight, and then every other map besides Hans legitimately has no terrain. Yeah. No, exactly. It's, I think every map after the Lava Falls map should be, like, piss easy. Especially when we're at a point where Hinata is able to stack dodge pretty reliably, and where he's able to just have good skills, finally. I think that's all it really is going to boil down to. But for now, that's the first scout map. That is the first bit of support grinding that we've done between Takumi and Hinata. I believe from this they should be able to get to a C rank support. So, let's see. Did they? If I can get to the support? Yes, okay. So C rank between Hinata and Takumi. Yeah, Takumi is not happy with Hinata being loud. Well, he's always loud, but he's not happy with it. He's not having it. Is that any way to address your superiors? Show yourself? Nah. Hinata's chill though. Hinata's chill. You can't even blame him for it. Okay. Piss easy. Birthright enemy stat inflation in the late game says hello. Nah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Don't even worry about it. You'll be interested in seeing me tackle Camilla? Unironically, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be fine. We have a forged Sunrise Katana. We literally have the Sunrise Katana already. The Sunrise Katana, like, I don't want to say it's going to carry the run, but it's kind of going to carry the run up until a certain point in the game. But yeah, this would be a good time to promote. It would be. Let's first invite Tsubaki and see what he has to say.
Oh,
It is better to promote at 19 than at 20. Okay.
sure got some interesting stuff in here.
And that's good to know.
I'd love to spend more time looking around.
Then I think we will do just that. We have 3 Master Seals, so promoting Hinata right now should be perfectly doable. There's no reason not to do it, to be honest. Like, we can already start through the support grinding with Takumi. We can also start grinding out, getting to the max weapon rank. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm decently certain that getting to S rank, weapon rank, gives you extra, like, hit. Potentially crit. I don't really know if that's a thing in this game, to be completely honest. But I have heard that is the case somewhere. Anyway, the Swordmaster class, fellas. Here is the Swordmaster class that we're going to be in for the majority of the game. This will get us S-rank swords, ultimately. And this will also give us stat buffs on every single stat. So, let's do it. Let's promote to Swordmaster. Our first Hoshidan promotion of the run. One of potentially a few. Primarily done by Hinata. But there he is. Swordmaster Hinata. This is the only Swordmaster that you need in this game. Ryoma who? Showtime! And in fact, once we get up to an A rank in swords, we can use the arm scroll that we got in the last map to get him up to S rank immediately. So yeah, this is the canon route for Hinata. If you do not... Good. Okay. Now, what else can we do here? Azura. Speed and defense. Doesn't matter, because we're not going to use you. Well, I guess I'll get more Daikon, so let me give more Daikon to Lilith. That's fine. Ryoma, absolutely washed. Like, once we get to chapter 14, and we're gonna see Ryoma pop out of his little general outfit, his little general cosplay, yeah, absolutely washed guy. The fact that he had to cosplay a general to have any semblance of defense is... it speaks volumes. It really does. Okay, do we trust Reina? Do we trust Reina with a pearl? Promoted class, so we will face a promoted class as well. I'm also seeing some appeals to immediately promote Aoi as well, which I do actually like that proposition, especially since the Berserker stats are crazy. I'm pretty sure we get 6 strength and 5 speed, potentially, from that pair-up. So, and that's only at A rank support. Okay, we seem to have a lot of trust, a lot of faith in Reina. So, facing a Mechanist, let's see what she can do. She's not using a bow. Silly Reina, but she does double, which is great. Reina? Okay, there we go. She's done it. She has done it. Congratulations, Reina, for fulfilling everyone's expectations. She was using a Naginata, but it's fine. It is fine. Reina has done it. Okay, and let's see. Let's build the hot spring. Why not? It is, again, purely cosmetic, aside from getting Izana. But, well, it is still a structure that we have, so let's put the prison up here. There we go. Actually, let's swap these two around. Let's have the leisure stuff on the right, and then let's have the practical stuff on the left. Yeah, let's do that. Please move. Thank you. Okay. There we go. So, you're going to be going, Nico? No worries. Have a great night. Thank you for having been here. And take care, mate. Take care. Okay, so what we're doing is... I think we're just promoting Aoi as well. I think it is a good call to promote Aoi as well. She did get the plus 5 HP. Now, she will get Gamble as well if she levels up once. The thing is, with promoted classes, you only get the stat-specific classes at level 5 and at level 15, I believe. So, yeah. She will get the remaining base class skills before that point, with every level up, essentially, that she gets until those specific, class-specific skills. That having been said, Master Seal. Let's see. So yeah, we can promote her to a Berserker or a Hero. Now, of course, Berserker is... well, in this case, it is by far the superior option. By far. Especially looking at the stat buffs that the Berserker gives when used as a backpack. 6 strength, I believe. 5 speed, I believe. So it's great. It's a great time. Berserker time. Aoi's finally covering herself up a bit more as well. So that's good for the old YouTube, I suppose. That's good for Uncle YouTube. Don't worry, no indecency happening here. Nothing to see. Alright, Berserker, here we go. Chilling with Hinata in the hot springs, ASMR. When? That is a great question. Only once we're married, I suppose. If we do marry Hinata, then we get the opportunity to relax with Hinata in the hot springs. Otherwise, we're getting chased out by the guys. Which for the purposes of actually having this be like a normal stream, I'm not entering the hot spring for the time being. Okay, but we have promoted both Aoi and Hinata now. This is the turning point in the run. This is where things are going to start snowballing very quickly, hopefully. This is also where we'll get another easy scout. Another easy scout battle. Just so we can get the rank with Takumi up a bit more. I think I'm going to try to get to A rank tonight. I think it's in our best interest. Because then, I think it's best to dedicate this to making progress through some difficult, quote-unquote, some potential roadblocks, and actually just getting the Takumi-Hinata friendship rank out of the way. I think we're going to benefit from that hugely in the future, so let's just get that going, and then we don't have to do it anymore in future streams. So let's see. Pair up, boom, 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 bing, bam, boom. And there we go. So now what we're going to have is, Hinata has one extra move, of course. Also, he's going to be double wielding his katanas, which that is going to be a great sight to see. So let's see what this is going to look like. We're going to double wield the Blinding Blade. There it is. There it is. Classic double wielding Swordmaster. These animations are so awesome as well. He's so cool when he sheaves both of his katanas, and then he just crosses his arms. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Can you beat Birthright with just Kaze without any supports, negative growths, without cursing him ever? Rar, I don't even think I could use Kaze once without cursing him. Not gonna lie. I don't think I could initiate a single round of combat. I think that that question is just... that challenge is impossible, yeah. But yeah, the beautiful Swordmaster animations. I love when he just... nothing personnel, kid. Beyond any enemy that he wants. Slashes them in the back. It's great. Animations in Fates are one of its stronger points, to be sure. I mean, animations in most Fire Emblem games are where all the personality is at. But especially in Fates, they have so much original stuff. Especially with crits. I mean, if any of you have ever seen the crit animations in Fates, I mean, there's so many good ones. The Blacksmith Beyblade one is especially memorable. The Basada one, Great Master, there's so many good ones. There's so many great ones.
No chance.
Let's see. Yeah, nothing else to really do here, to be honest. We're just gonna have to wait these guys out. Astra animation, yeah, we're mentioning a lot of good ones, but the dual wielding just has something special for some reason. Like, I didn't expect there would be dual wielding, but for a Swordmaster, it makes so much sense, and it's so cool. Like, of course, there's always exceptions. Like, for example, Ryoma can't dual wield the Raijinto, because there's only one. There's only one Raijinto, obviously. I believe Hinata's katana, you can actually dual wield. You can dual wield Hinata's katana.
Glad to help. One down.
Also, if you will notice, Hinata currently has a raw crit rate of 17. This is because his crit rate has gone up astronomically, right? This is because the Swordmaster class is one of the few classes in this game, I think, that has an inherent crit buff. It has inherent plus 10 crit, if memory serves. Hinata's katana is kind of bad. No, don't ever say that about my goat katana ever again, by the way. Do not ever say that again. Hinata's katana is decent. Actually, it's better than Hana's katana. Here I come! By any stretch of the imagination, Hinata's katana and Hana's katana should have reversed effects. Since Hinata's katana, it offers, I think it doubles damage on initiating combat. And Hana's katana, it doubles might, sorry. It doesn't double damage, but it doubles might. Hinata's katana doubles might upon initiating combat. Hana's katana doubles might upon receiving combat, I suppose. Not being the one initiating, so defending. which feels, given the stat spreads of both characters, it feels a little interesting, to say the least. Other Swordmaster bonuses? I honestly don't know. I think it's Avoid. I think it's Crit and Avoid. I'm not really sure about Dodge, but I'm pretty sure Crit is in there, to be sure, and Avoid as well, I think. So, whether or not Dodge is there doesn't really matter, because I think Hinata has like one of the best luck stats or luck groves in this game as well, so... Okay, more Daikon. We did not get a rank up. We got Fish! Fish is absolutely huge. Rinka being incredibly goated tonight. Okay, so Fish. We need Fish in dishes to upgrade speed. To up speed. This is huge. If we have a combination of beans and fish, we can make dishes that give strength and speed, which are by far the most essential stats in this run. There's an argument to be made for us needing rice at some point as well for defense, but for the time being, fish and beans are by far the most crucial. So let's see. We're obviously not going to give away our fish. We have Daikon. Hinata's doubled to 40, very strong. Yeah, that will require me to drop... Holy fucking shit. That is so many copies of Hinata's katana that you'd need by that point. Okay, now, here's the question. Do we trust either Hana or Tsubaki? Well, certainly not Hana. Do we trust Tsubaki to get us something in the arena? Do we trust Tsubaki to get more fish, beans, or pearls, I think? Those are going to be the main ingredients that we're going to bet here in the arena. Personally, I'm not too hot on Tsubaki's combat prowess, especially with the amount of training we've given him, which is absolutely 0. Oh, I only need 128 Hinata's katanas? Okay, well that's doable, actually. I think that's doable. Yeah, we can get that going, surely. Birthright Tsubaki is bad. Ref Tsubaki is 5 stars. Okay, then I think we're leaving it. I think we're leaving it this time. I don't believe in Tsubaki either, if I'm going to be completely honest. So let's see. Let's, what have we not built yet? The defensive structures, yeah. Let's get the ballista in there, and then the launcher we're going to put opposite to this one, once we get more Dragon Vein points. So like I said, I think it's just kind of worth scouting some low-level challenges, just so we can get the support rank between Takumi and Hinata up. Okay, see, I would like to do more with Tsubaki at some point. I think Tsubaki could be very fun to use. Maybe not solo, but something else, like to have him feature in like a challenge run or something. Like maybe a males-only run or something. Because I'm pretty sure I've done a females-only run in Birthright at some point. Yeah, never a male solo run, so... that could be fun. I know Hinata and Tsubaki, well, they do have a support, so that could be something as well. Okay, so let's see. What does he have? Iron Katana, Bronze Axe. Let's take out these two stragglers first. And then, yeah, just one-shot him with the Kodachi. Why not? Boom. Get the sparkling spots, who knows what they'll give? See, that's what I'm trying, but I'm not going to go all the way out there to get that one in the very corner. That's just not worth it. Yeah, the finishing animation with one katana is just as great as well. The little stance, the little focus stance, it's great. It's great. Like I said, the animation in this game have so much... they have so much soul, they have so much personality. Okay. We've got a lot of samurai here. Which, if this is all it is, then, yeah, it's going to be easy enough. Okay, that one has a Kodachi, so that one's an easy skip. And I think I will be starting to go for the sparkly spot on the right there, because that one's actually gettable. Oh, a pick my unit run. See, a pick my unit run could be really fun, actually. But then also, people would tell me to use Kaze, so that would be a big downside. Yeah, literally, as soon as I said that, Luca mentioned using Kaze, which, yeah, that's not happening, Chief. Setsun as Yumi. I think it's like, decent. It debuffs some stats, which is, I guess, interesting. It's like a shuriken, I suppose, but yeah. Doesn't really add much in the context of this run, obviously. Pick my units and pick my class combined. Hold on. Yeah, that's an idea. That is certainly an idea. Pick my units and pick my class. Oh boy. We're gonna have Kaden friendshipping Hinata, and then we're gonna have Onmyoji Hinata. That's going to be the situation that we're going to be in. But honestly, that may just be the most fun thing I've heard in a while. Do you think a solo, Onmyoji Hinata solo, do you think that's possible? Do you think that's feasible? Personally, I don't think so, but you never know. See, at one point, I'm going to have played Fate so much that I'm going to have soloed Birthright, Lunatic, with every single possible Hinata class. Oh, good night, Yura. Thank you for joining. Have a great night.
No chance.
Swordmaster Takumi. Pick my units. Offensive Azura with Astra. Are we going that far that we can say, oh, pick my unit, pick my class, pick my skill set? Because then we've got a beast of a task for the people actually sending in units. Or potentially a chance to discover some really fun builds. That's a possibility. Okay, another scout map done. That should be the B rank support. Like, if memory serves, yeah. And then I think 2 more should do it between Hinata and Takumi. Takumi now is not happy. Because Hinata's been practicing with some of the other samurai, and he's been absolutely wiping the floor with them. Because he's just that good. He's just that good. I mean, you've seen his performance. We've all seen his performance. But yeah, Hinata, he just wanted to please Takumi. He just wanted to have him have fun. Because I think the crux of this support, which we're going to see in the A rank, is Hinata noticed that Takumi has been looking stressed as of late. And he wanted to help him wind down through the thing that initially connected them. Because I'm pretty sure Hinata was... Well, Hinata first made contact with Takumi through one of the tournaments that he was a part of. So yeah, it's pretty wholesome. It's a wholesome support. And again, empty level up for Lilith, but that's okay. Next level, she is going to get all her stats, I'm pretty sure, because that's how this game is programmed. Yikes, Kaze at the lottery. He's going to give us a wooden ball for sure. Watch this. Classic Kaze, what can I say? It's going to be the most useless thing also. What can I say? This fucking guy giving us something to upgrade his own weapons instead of Hinata's weapons. The absolute audacity. I saw someone unknowing ask what Kaze has done. Kaze had the audacity to exist in this world. And that I do not appreciate. Okay, Setsuna, please hit your second hit. Beautiful. That's all we need. Quartz is good for Ninja Hinata, yes, but we're not doing Ninja Hinata this run. I don't think, at the very least. No, because it is going to be exclusively Samurai and Swordmaster, of course. More fish, thank you Mozu. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, what a selection. Hold up. Saizo, Takumi, Kagero. I like all of these. I love all of these. But Saizo, I mean, there's really no contest. There's really no contest. Sorry for hitting the mic as well. Yummer.
It seemed completely pointless, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you, Kat. This is your fault. I almost called the greatest ninja in Fire Emblem Fates the worst ninja in Fire Emblem Fates. Thank you, Saizo. W. Saizo. Okay. Kaze was the referee in the last Egypt match? Yeah. Yeah, he was. Kaze is actually at the heart of every pressing matter in the world right now. He's the cause of many bad things that have happened. Let's see. Oh, support with Saizo? Hold on. Is this the one? Okay, well, this is the one where he's spying on us going to the toilet, isn't it? Which sounds weird. Hold on. There's a context. There he is. There's Saizo. Beautiful Saizo. Beautiful man right here. Keeping a very close eye on us. He doesn't trust us yet. This is a slow burn. Aoi and Saizo, if it ever happens, it's going to be a slow burn. That's all it is. Enemies to lovers, 20 pages, slow burn. Let's see. Is this... The surveillance notes Aoi on your notebook suggested as much. Okay, yeah. Classified information. This is the support where they say it. Okay. I am always watching. Always. Even when. Especially then. Oh, Fates is such a masterpiece. Fates is such a masterpiece. It's awesome. Okay. And that's all we really have to do for this one, I think. Let's see, let's build the launcher, and then we have all of the structures that we can build at this point in time. And now I think we can go to our next battle. We can do some more scout battles. I think if we do like 2 more, we should be able to get Hinata and Takumi up to an A rank. And that should allow Hinata to get quick draw eventually, as well. And access to the Kinshi Knight class, eventually. So let's see, select units once again, same thing. I think I forgot to bring Aoi last time, not gonna lie. But now, I won't. Takumi as the lead. Did not mean to do that, but that's okay. Accidentally equipping the Armor Slayer is also not what I meant to do, but it's fine. Maybe you completely misread what Saizo meant, but no, I don't think you misread what Saizo meant, actually. Unfortunately, that is also a big part of, shall we say the personality of Fates? The charm of Fates, maybe even, if you will. Okay, now we got a little bit of a small army of people here trying to defend that shiny spot, which, bully to them, I suppose. It probably has something useful, but... we are unfortunately going to absolutely obliterate them. I just like the delivery. Look, Lucas, it is... the action itself, yes, questionable, to say the least. But I think the way it's written is so abrupt, it's so good. So, you're always watching me, even when especially then. It's unfortunate in the context. But I believe he also says it for Mailcorn. So, like, how are we going to interpret that? How are we going to interpret this? Well, maybe first and foremost, W bisexual Saizo. But second of all, if not, then how do we even interpret that, you know? That's the thing. Aoi and Hinata are rank A by this point, yes. And in fact, we can S-rank them anytime we want. Let's see. Sparkly spot? Okay, so this is weapon rank. That's fine. A tiny sliver of weapon rank. I don't even know if you can see it in the current stream layout, but there was a tiny increase in weapon rank for swords, so... okay, let's snipe this guy. Saizo is either bi or doesn't discriminate. Either way, it's a massive W for Korin, I guess. At the very least, Saizo is showing interest. He could also just be completely ignoring you like he does with Felicia. Okay, 1,000 gold. Looking pretty swell. And then I think there's really not much else to do here. I keep spamming through the menu. Like I can just move on like that. Outlaw boss. I don't know if he has anything special, to be completely honest, but we can have a look. He has a mini bow, which is interesting. Maybe he drops the mini bow. Well, it would be green if he does, so presumably he has something else. 2 EXP. Wow. And a physics staff. Okay, interesting. A Norian staff. Interesting. We can sell that, because obviously we're not going to use it. Outlaw bosses do sometimes come with stat boosters, yes, or staves, or like special potions and such. Seeds of Trust, I think, sometimes. But either way, it can be really good facing outlaws in scout battles like that. Let's see, we can... I kind of want to keep the peaches. You know what, Lilith? You're fine for now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna just have to get some more daikon or anything else. Okay, you know what? Let's get some more peaches. Against the blacksmith with Reyna. Oh dear. Hold on. Ooh, that's not great. Okay, it's fine again. So if she doubles and reliably hits this blacksmith, then I think it's actually fine. But... okay, she's doing pretty well so far. Just one more hit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good old reliable Reyna. And that's 2 peaches, so I can give 1 peach to Lilith now. Lilith does not have to starve this time around. Here you go, Lilith. Peaches. Anything else than a daikon? Remember to hydrate, by the way, people. It is warm in Europe today. At the very least in the Netherlands it is. 30 degrees. I am not having a great time, to be completely honest. This, it's very warm in my room, I will tell you that much. But at the same time, it's so warm because, you know, I'm using Hinata. My passion for Hinata is translating into the sweat beating on my forehead. But okay, the first level 2 structure that we have now, Lilith's Temple, level 2, which means that Lilith can grow even stronger. She can get more stat boosts, and we can give her more food, I suppose. Nothing really consequential, but it is a good place to upgrade. Let's say that. Okay, back to Fort Jinya. It's been pretty reliable so far. I think 1 or 2 more maps should do it for Takumi and Hinata. So it's been going pretty fast, like I said it would. And again, this is going to benefit us greatly, looking towards the future. So again, let's take out these stragglers. Boom. Been sitting in front of the fan the whole day? I wish. I wish. Well, as soon as I open my door, there will be air conditioning. So that's going to be great. It's going to hit me like a tsunami of cold air, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, right now in my room, it's not great. It's not ideal. But that's fine. Anything for the Hinata solo run. I mean, last year it was exactly... well, it wasn't last year, but 2 years ago, when I did the original Hinata solo run, it was the exact same thing. But back then I wasn't using a face cam yet, and I could just play this game shirtless. So, that's the difference. And for anyone asking, no, I'm not streaming shirtless. Do not. Do not start this. Okay. And turn. And again, I really want to go for the sparkling spot. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to... I think I'm just going to keep the Kodachi equipped. So many archers here. I think it's exclusively archers. I knew someone was going to say it. I just didn't expect you to be the one to say it, Bar. I can still play shirtless, yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to do it. Because I have at least an inch, a grain, a speck of self-respect. So... the heat's going to come to Poland soon too. I sure hope so. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But it'd be nice if I could have someone to, you know, sympathize with me. Rar was faster than you somehow, Yami. That's impressive, honestly. Very impressive. Rar with the quickest, what is that even? What even is that? Quickest fingers, I guess. Quickest typing fingers in the West, but... reminds you of shirtless Mangs from that one stream he did. Made for so many years of memes. Oh dear. Yeah, I do not want to be in the same boat as Mangs in that regard. Holy shit, another parasol. That means we could technically forge the parasol to not have literally one might. So that's great, I guess. Okay, and now it's Blinding Blade time. This guy's a dual Yumi. The audacity of bringing a dual Yumi is crazy. This is what we're getting access to soon, hopefully, the dual weapons. They're going to be really huge once we get them. Because it's going to make Hinata's pair up against ninjas, master ninjas, spear guys as well, a lot better. There you go. This should be the last enemy on the map. Illusory Yumi. So this is giving a lot more interesting weapons, a lot more weapon variety. Reminds you of Sophie and her mischievous BRF skill. Yeah, I miss Sophie. I should do a Sophie solo run. Who wants to see a Sophie solo run? Surely people want to see that. Surely people want to see the best daughter in the game doing a solo run, soloing Fates. And like, she should be pretty easy to get as well. Since Silas joins so early, you can do the supports so early. Let's see. I want more Peaches, I think. Proceed. Yes. Falcon Knight. Beautiful. People want to see a Sophie solo run? Let's go. W. Like, I want to make it happen. I will make it happen. In the future, actually. I think if I had to do any other solo run, also Holy Reina, hitting 360% in a row. That's beautiful. But yeah, if I ever decide to do another solo run, it's going to be a Sophie solo run. Yes. We'd love to see that. Hinata! Okay, let's go. Hinata's here. Walk the fuck in. Hey there! Ready for a sparring match? You bet, man. You bet. The way he's looking at me there, I don't think it's the commonplace sparring match, you know? If you know what I'm saying, if you're catching my drift. Anyway.
We should try training outside sometime.
Yeah, we should. Go touch grass, essentially. The classic Hinata appeal to go touch grass. He does love wide open fields, so... Rice! Wait, we got rice! This is huge! Hold on. Hold on, we got rice. So we have beans, fish, and rice. These are defense, strength, and speed. That we can all bake into one dish once we have the mess hall to level 3. So that's great. This is possibly the best combination of stuff we could get. W Azura. Absolutely, absolutely. So now we also have all of the foodstuffs from Hoshido, as you can see. And Hinata and Takumi are at A rank support. Ready for the next round of the Hinata showdown? Well, that's what we're already doing right here. But yeah, this is exactly what this support is, right? Hinata's been noticing that Takumi's been really busy. He's not been able to wind down. And Hinata wants to do something for the leads that he respects so much. And there it is. Lord Takumi, I'm only doing this for you. There's no point in knocking the stuffing out of everyone if you can't see it. He's just doing this for Takumi. He's doing this for his liege. All wound up, Tohiki needs a little break. And that's really all it is. He's such a wholesome guy. Such a wholesome guy. And now Takumi is finally smiling again because of Hinata. He remembered how happy Takumi looked when he was cheering Hinata on last time. This is the ideal buddy-buddy scenario. This is what you love to see. A boss that is also a friend. It's great. That's surprisingly thoughtful of you. Yeah, it's another great line. Another great line. Another fantastic line right here. You loved watching me give those guys a spanking. Yeah, I'm sure Takumi did, bro. And Takumi also does not approve of the way that Hinata phrased that, but that's the beauty of this support. It's great, it's great. Who am I kidding? You know I love watching you slice and dice out there. Hinata is very, very entertaining. Beautiful, beautiful lines. It's great. Round 2 of the Hinata Showdown, especially apt with this second Hinata solo run that we're doing. But yeah, here we go. We got Takumi and Hinata up to support rank A, which means we can immediately jump to support rank A+. This is the only A+ support rank that we can do, but I'm decently certain that between Kaden, Takumi, and Tsubaki, Takumi is by far the most useful one. For skills, for movement, yeah. That's just it. So, A+ rank, Takumi and Hinata. There we go. And now that support has been cleared fully. And what that means is if we buy a friendship seal, we can reclass Hinata into a sniper or a Kinshi Knight at will. What is Fates even about? Wilted flower emoji. Just know that it's a very horny game, unfortunately. If it hadn't been, I'm sure that more people would like it a lot more. But, well, it is what it is. You can't have everything all at once, you know? Okay. So, here's the current situation. I have about half an hour left in me of Fire Emblem Fates gameplay. We could try to make a start to Chapter 12. I think it's actually feasible that we beat it in that amount of time. Is there anything else that we might want to do before that, is the question. What does Hinata have? He has the Kodachi, he still has the Sunrise Katana, the Armor Slayer, and a Forged Iron Katana. So honestly, I don't think that's half bad, to be honest. There is potential. There is a potential moment in time during this map where Hinata will get A-rank swords. Also, beans. Good call. Good call by the British person to actually use our beans in the mess hall. Let's see. Cook with beans. Okay, Tsubaki, don't let me down. Make something Hinata will eat this time. You could also S-rank Aoi. That's true. If I were to S-rank Aoi with Hinata, I would have access to 2 paralogs, Hisame and Kana. But okay, Hoshiden Tofu, please tell me Hinata eats it this time. Takumi is eating it, so surely Hinata is eating it as well. Orochi? Motsu? It fed half your 21 unit army. You wouldn't fucking believe it. Hinata does not want to eat tofu. It is insane. Hinata really does not want to eat tofu. It's incredible. Okay, run it back. Okay, we're doing one more tofu. One more tofu. We're trying. Yes. I swear to God if Hinata doesn't eat this tofu. Hinata, man, come on. Yes. Motsu again. Terrific. Reina. Kagero. Okay. Hinata. Holy fucking shit, he finally ate the tofu. Okay, so I think that means that he gets 2 extra points of strength and he gets 1 extra point of luck from this tofu. Okay, so that's actually good. That is really good, needless to say. Because I think with the Berserker buffs, he will get up to almost 30 strength. With which he's probably able to actually put a dent in Xander. Which, that's an interesting thought. That's an interesting thought. Do we even need tonics? Potentially not. Hold on. I think I am roused by the fact that Hinata finally ate tofu. So let's give this a little look. Let's give Dark Reunion a little look. Also, question, do we want to hear the light song? Do we want to listen to the light song? Because otherwise, I'm skipping through this dialogue. I would love to present you with the dark song, however, that is obviously not in Birthright. But this is Chèvre. This is the French part of Nor, apparently. And people want to hear the light song, so okay, that's what we're doing. I think I'm good to actually skip through this, and it will just skip the dialogue and go to the singing. There you go. Sit back and relax for a bit. Groans of increasing discomfort. There it is. Groans of increasing discomfort. A classic. A classic. So glad we were able to see that tonight. If you want the best stats, wouldn't S ranking be optimal? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It definitely would be. It's just the question, do I want to commit to the S rank between Hinata and Aoi? That's the only thing. Because I don't really know if I want to be completely honest. I'm still kind of on the fence about what to do for Hinata's S rank. I think Berserker is a good thing to S rank with, because it gets you access to Soul, Axebreaker. Well, that's from Hero, both of them, I think. But I think, what else does Berserker get? Does it get some kind of blow? I know it gets Axe Fair. I forget what the level 5 one is, actually. Or is that the level 5 one? I forget. If someone could fill me in what the second, like, skill for Berserker is, that would be very helpful, actually. Yeah, there is Hero, that's true. Can't really do anything with Hero except for get the skills, of course. Okay. Now it's time to once again... Oh, hey Caden. Yeah, so we get Caden as well on this map. He's going to just stick around here. He's not going to do anything. That's the that's the realistic part of the situation. Xander and co have yet to spawn in. Oh, actually, the boss of this map is Garen. That's right. Fellas. Crazy idea. Blinding Blade versus Garen? Question mark? Well, well, well. We could give that a try. No, hold on. We're giving this a try, Luca. We're giving this a try. You gotta trust in Hinata. So let's see here. Okay, this is fine. Have Aoi escape. Can Hinata even dent Garen? It is possible, in theory. It is certainly possible in theory. Okay, now here's the hard part about this. It's that I need to... Yeah, I need to be kind of quick here, actually, because there is going to be an outlaw that is going to loot the one chest on this map, which has a dragon shield, which is +2 defense. So I want to move as quick as I can, with the Kodachi, I suppose, since I think this knight is, like, static. He's not, okay. But he might act as though he's static, so we're going to be a little careful with that. Now there's the reinforcements. There's Xander, Laszlo, and Perry. There he is. The actual boss of this map. In essence. The one that also moves. Unfortunately, scarily enough, on this difficulty. We are going to be at a bit of a deficit, movement-wise, especially compared to Master Ninja. Because with Master Ninja we could take out a lot of stuff on the first turn because of the 2 range. And with the Kodachi we should be able to manage quite well in the first stages of this map. Xander may have a horse, but we have Hinata. Yeah. We have 27 attack with a Kodachi Hinata against the Cavalier. It's looking pretty alright. But yeah, there are still some scary things to deal with here. Hammer. So fortunately, we have this funny thing called an Armor Slayer, which against a Great Knight with a hammer. Let's get wild! What is that, number 3? Number 3 of the knight? Now against a Great Knight with a hammer. Yeah, it's not quite a one-shot, but it's close. He hits the 23. Interesting. Yeah, goodbye. 117. Holy fucking shit. And Hinata's going to be able to reap a few level ups in this chapter as well, because of all the promoted classes that are on here. Let's see. Can I... Oh shit, I can one-shot. That's crazy. Dude, it really is just 29 strength. 29 strength Hinata. 6 from the pair-up with Aoi as a Berserker. 2 from the meal. And also, yeah, 5 speed from the pair-up with Aoi. And it's probably going to be even more if we ever S-rank Aoi, and Hinata. Which honestly, it's very much worth considering. I love Hinata's laugh in this game as well. It's so cocky and it's so confident. It's great. The voice acting on Hinata in this game is just absolutely gorgeous. Also, just switching positions like that, it never gets old, actually. Same thing with when you as a master ninja, you do the killing animation where you shift out of view and then you shoot behind the enemy. It's great. It's great every single time. Okay, so that's the outlaw with lock touch. That's the one we want to kill. Now, fortunately, movement is very much good enough to get there in time. Right on time, in fact, before he's able to open that chest. Though actually, thinking about it, is there anyone with a chest key? Because if there's not, we might have actually needed that outlaw to open that chest. I'm not going to lie. Ooh. Might have acted a bit too quickly there, not going to front. Yeah, so there's no chest keys on this map. So what does that mean for us? Does that mean a quick little reset? Potentially it does, because I do want the Dragon Shield. So let's reset. Yeah. Carbo, thank you for the donation again. Which I have now figured out is Argentinian pesos, I believe. I believe that's what they're called in Argentina, isn't it? How are we feeling about marrying Kagero again? Going from Mechanist, getting Replicate, and double Hinata. Yeah, that's what we did in the original run. That is exactly what we did in the original run. Let's see, the support between Takumi and Hinata is still good. Yeah, so nothing really has changed here. All the other wives don't really have anything better than Aoi's HP plus 5, Soul, and Axebreaker. No. I mean, I'm certain that's true. I'm very certain that's true. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult decision, to be completely honest. No, Corrin also cannot open chests without keys. That is not a thing. But Corrin can... She can befriend Kagero and get Ninja through that, through the Friendship Seal. Because that's a unique quality about Corrin. I think you don't even need A+. I think A is just enough. But either way, we're going to have to be a little creative for this this initial stage. This initial stage of the game where we don't really have access to anything. So for the time being, I think I'm fine with this setup. And I think I'm just going to save it like this. We're going to have to keep the Outlaw with Lock Touch alive for a little bit. It's not really like it can go anywhere, so that's perfectly fine. And like, it's also the question, is Soul worth giving up for Lock Touch? On Hinata specifically. Okay, well, we've seen this first turn, we know what happens. This is this is history, we've done this. So, once again, Armor Slayer, bada bing bada boom. Another crit, like the RNG is looking like the exact same once again. If we get a crit against this Great Knight, then we know for certain that this is the same RNG. Even though I didn't move Kaden this time, so that should technically be different RNG. Okay, yeah, so it is different. Lock Touch is purely supportive. I don't see why Corrin can't have it. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, ideally, I wouldn't reclass Hinata specifically to get that. Because I feel like it's pretty unnecessary to do that. It's pretty unnecessary to reclass Hinata into a class that we're otherwise not going to make use of. Like, unless we wanted lethality. If we wanted lethality really badly, then we could always do that. We could always just get Master Ninja and see if we can get it. Which, honestly, might not even be to our detriment. It's getting late. Might not even be to our detriment that much. Since, well, lethality is fun. It is fun. It's very useful in certain situations. Now here's the thing. In this current setup, I have to somehow Does he reach the chest this turn? He does. Okay, so I'm gonna have to give chase after that guy. Which I'm not sure if I love that, especially since there is like a blockade here. Okay, but they do move. Okay, well, yeah, this is not looking too hot, since we have to get past that Armored Knight. And then the Outlaw will have an extra turn to move. Does Hinata need lethality? No, he doesn't need lethality, definitely not.
Trust me.
There's an escape route, yes. Yes, there is. We have to get there. I know, Azura, I know. Don't worry about it. Hinata does not need lethality. I don't think so. I think once we have Astra, we potentially have Soul. He doesn't really need lethality. Especially since Astra and lethality are both skill procs. They kind of overlap with one another. I believe that's what I learned in the last Hinata solo run. Oh, did he just... Well, that's convenient. I think that Outlaw just moved back to us. And every single enemy on the map is also moving towards Hinata right now, so this is going to be fun. Yeah, he just ran back. Okay, well, that's great. I'll absolutely take that. W Outlaw. He's just handing us the Draco Shield on the silver platter. Oh, that's it! 102 damage. Absolutely zero chance. I mean, that's going to be every character that's going to initiate now, I think. Astra and Rend Heaven would have been fun? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would have been. Absolutely. I mean, in Fates there's so many fun combinations, especially with Astra. Astra is, of course, going to get organically through Swordmaster. Okay, the Draco Shield I could honestly just immediately use. Like, let's just send the Vulnerary to the convoy. And then let's see what happens. Javelin, yeah, well, whatever, honestly. I mean, 10 damage is nothing to scoff at, of course, but... Xander is... Oh, Xander is approaching. Xander is approaching very quickly. So I think what I do is I set up shop right here. I use... Yeah, I just use the Draco Shield. And I equip the... 20 defense. I equip the Sunrise Katana and see what happens. I mean, next turn I will almost certainly have to use the Kodachi. Okay, he does attack me at close range now. He kind of has to, even though he has a Javelin. Crit here would be huge. We don't get one. That's fine. Xander for now is stuck right there. Everyone's kind of stuck. We are choking this point. Laszlo is tap dancing for the fellows back there. That's also great. Okay. Facing Xander soon. It's going to be interesting. As a Master Ninja, we barely managed to get through him. First level up as a Swordmaster, and it's looking solid. Strength, skill, speed is really everything a Swordmaster needs. So, let's see. Xander's not initiating yet. We are, as of yet, still fighting on this little wooden bridge. Everyone conga lining. That is essentially what this map is. He's leaving a spot for Xander to slip into, or anyone else, really. These Cavaliers, these poor Cavaliers, which are getting one-shot by Hinata. Weird camera angles. Here I come! He really cannot lose. And then Xander comes in. Oh boy. Xander, Master Ninja Hinata against Xander was such a rough matchup for no reason. It's just because Master Ninja doesn't have that much, like, output, that much strength output. I also don't think I had Berserker yet by this point. I think I got Berserker, like, really late in the original Hinata solo run. But now this seems a lot more doable, yeah. I'm pretty sure Perry will initiate at some point as well. Everyone's spamming the dance emotes in the chat, that's good. Yeah, there's Perry, like I said. Oh, this is such a good theme. Like... it's... the music in Fates is stellar. It is absolutely fantastic. And the fact that Perry is going to be dead in a few seconds. Let's get wild! Against Perry. That's it. Easy as that. I've been defeated, but I can't fall here. Oh, brother. And speaking of great themes, You of the Dark. There it is. How reckless. Oh, he hasn't prepared you for this fight. No, the fuck she sure hasn't. 23 damage still. A 46% hit rate is not terrible. It's not terrible. It's below 50. And we have guaranteed 2 hits, dealing 7 damage per hit. Her failings will be your undoing. Prepare to die. That's not gonna happen, fellas. That's not gonna happen. You gotta trust. Triple threat? Yep. Okay, that's fine. Why is this horse shaking his ass? All of the horses do that in Fates, believe it or not. Or maybe it's only the Great Knight and Paladin ones, but... Okay, here's the thing. This might look bad to the average eye, and I would argue that, yeah, it is actually pretty bad. However, it doesn't have to be. In fact, it doesn't have to be bad. But we gotta quickly see if that is a thing that we want to do. I think, honestly... I don't think anything deals damage. Or has a high enough hit rate. To be completely honest. So, this is a crazy thought, right? What if we just kill him? Right here. Like, what if we literally just take him out? Right this second. We have the guard stance. That's one. That's a guard stance. Another one. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is. Xander taking down. Xander taken down. In 1 turn. Is that the fastest Xander kill you've seen in your life? Or is that the fastest Xander kill you've seen in your life? I think I probably know the answer. And 0 damage, yeah. Like, it's fine. We're good. Advantage? Boom. Easy. Why is this unironically going so much better than the original Hinata solo run? Also weapon rank A, so once we pop the arm scroll, he will just have sword ranks S, which means he can use every sword in the game. There are still a few Great Knights approaching, so I should still be a little careful. However, while I'm in the advantage range, I can still use the Kodachi. I should probably heal though. Yeah, I'm going to play it a little safe, and I'm going to heal. I'm going to take this 2-use vulnerary. And I will... He's still in advantage range. Just not so much that he's going to die to a single Cavalier hit, which I don't think would have happened regardless, but... Xander, I barely know her. It's so real. So real. Yeah, that was the quickest Xander fight I've seen in a long time. Like, maybe Swordmaster is the way to go after all. Maybe Master Ninja was just holding me back. I mean, who am I kidding? Master Ninja is like the best class in this game, but... He literally cannot lose. It really is just that easy. And now after this, it's just going to be cleaning up. Like, there's going to be a few more units, but... It's literally just going to be cleaning up. One more Outlaw. Another advantage kill. Boom. Yeah, this is... I feel like I really, like, oversold the difficulty of some of these maps. Somehow. I remember them being much more difficult. But maybe I also just wasn't doing a very good job the first time around. Maybe that's what made it more impressive that I finished, to be honest. Oh, that's it! 108. Are we gonna try to kill Papa Garen? Well, we're gonna see if we can even scratch Papa Garen, that's for sure. Ooh, Laszlo here, hold on. Blushing old Laszlo with the 35% hit, but 14% crit rate with the killing edge. If we didn't have a guard stance, if he pops a crit, he would have killed. It's not gonna happen. Let's get wild! Also, the dual wielding vantage animation for the Swordmaster is so good, where he just stances up and just whoosh. It's so cool. It's so cool. Oh, but yeah, that is exactly what Laszlo would have done to us if Hinata wasn't cracked. Absolutely goated with the sauce. Okay, let's see. We can start making a dent in these fellas, I suppose. Might as well get all the XP we can. Boom. Yeah, we can slowly start taking out these knights. I mean, I don't... I forgot that's a thing that can happen. I forget Bulwark is 3 range. Oh, fuck me. If we didn't have the guard stance here, it would have been over. It would have been over, Bo. We could have started from the very beginning. Ooh. He does have 3 range. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. No worries. No worries. We have the guard stance, so we're gonna live. Are you actually attempting to engage me in battle? Very well. Do your best. Yeah. If we didn't have the guard stance, oh brother. That would have been embarrassing. It still could be embarrassing, not gonna lie. Well, no, there's only one of these guys who can initiate combat, so... that's fine. Well, they have javelins, but that's okay. We have advantage. And a Hinata and a Dream. A Hinata that dodges literally everything, apparently. It's okay, it's okay. No one panic. Nothing happened. Nothing's gone wrong. We can just step back 1 space, and that'll be enough for Hinata to take out these other armored knights. I gotta keep tabs on this this Great Knight. I don't think he's gonna be too scary, but... yeah, exactly, Essex. Like I said, I'm just going to move back 1 space to avoid Garen's range for now. And then that should be enough for the time being. Another Vantage kill. Vantage is, like, unironically, when I think of Vantage, I always think of, like, such an underwhelming skill, but in Fates, it can be so good on select units. And, well, primarily on Hinata, obviously, but especially on characters with 1 to 2 range weaponry. Now, for Hinata especially, Vantage works out really well, because, of course, his personal skill completely relies on the fact that he will be below 50% HP, which is also when Vantage triggers. Because any hit from a physical weapon, from a sword, lance, or axe, that deals damage while he is below 50%, or that makes him reach 50%, will trigger triple threat, will deal back. Like that. Half of the damage dealt. And now is a good time to actually heal Hinata, because, like I said, this Great Knight is nothing to scoff at. Does do quite a bit of damage. So I will move back a bit, so I can only be attacked by the Great Knight. Okay, so that should be fine. Again, I think we don't quite kill here, but we deal triple threat damage. Yeah, there you go. And then 1 more javelin will just kill every one of these. I'm decently sure. Boom. Tomas, welcome back. Back from the France-Morocco game. So what was it? What was the score in the end? Did France win? Please tell me France won. I need some vengeance from the Dutch side of things. For the time being, we are certainly winning. 2-0 to France? Unironically? That's literally the score I predicted. Wait, we're moving up. We're moving up in the world. I'm playing this game where you have to... like, predict the final scores of these games. And yeah, I mean, I got 2-0. I predicted 2-0. So, that's great. Let me see here. Do I ever go back? Do I ever go back to Mr. Garen? Well, I certainly heal. That's certainly something I do. My prediction for Spain-Belgium? That's a great question. I mean... let me quickly check. I I believe I had, like, I think a 2-1 for Spain, I'm pretty sure. But, okay, let me actually not keep you guys waiting, because we're just healing right now. Yeah, I got France, like, Mbappé scored, surely? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, that's all you need. I got so many points just from this one match. Okay, I got 3-1, Spain against Belgium. So, I think that is... Yeah, I think that's the most realistic scenario. I think Belgium has the opportunity to score, surely. I think they have the qualities to score at least once. Okay, let's see. What does Garen do? We do damage. We double him. Guys. Do I smell potential? Now, of course, we have to face a 32. And he does have Draconic Hacks. So that 6 damage is going to go down to 2. But is he on a healing space? That is my question. Does he heal at any point? No, he's on the floor. I don't think he heals. Hold on. Is this a thing we can do? He has a 3% hit rate, 3% crit rate, which is not great, but surely, well, we'll have the guard stance ready as well. So, hold on. What if we... This is going to take so long, brother. If we do this, we might as well. Boom, boom. We're beating the game early. It's actually doable, which is crazy. Okay, well. And now we're just going to have to stand there. Well, we are going to do damage. Oh, my brother in Christ. He just one-shots. Yeah, I don't know about this one, Chief. Well, if we heal one more time... Nah, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm too scared. He one-shots Hinata, and he has a 5% crit rate. I do not love that. I do not love that. It was funny. It was funny for a bit. Then the Draconic Hacks happened. So we're not doing that again. So... I guess I could, like, save or something. It's like, I don't know if I wanna. Look, it's late. It's late. I don't wanna push this map beyond what it needs to be. So let's just get to the other side. Do I ever freeze? Nah, there's like these little guys. I don't think I should care about those little guys. Save the game and try it for us, for entertainment purposes. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna save state. I'm going to save state. Save state. Boom. Okay. So, what if you pay me £5? I mean, you can always pay me £5. I would absolutely take that in this in these trying times, but I'm going to try regardless. I can be bribed. I can also be asked nicely. More likely than not, I can be bribed. But okay. Never say Fates isn't the man of the people. Hey man, what can I say? I'm all up for this. I would like to see if this is possible as well. Okay, so now he doesn't want it anymore. He does hit the 38, which is rough. And he doesn't take triple threat damage. Ooh, is it because of Dragon Skin? Yeah, it prevents counter skills. Fuck. So he's not gonna take damage from triple threat. That is rough, to say the least. Okay, well, we're gonna have to pull back and heal, I think. Unless... Okay, I think we can... I think we could potentially do one more. Hold on. Like, he's not gonna hit an 8%. That's the thing. He's not going to hit an 8%. And then the next one we guard stance. So... yeah, I think that should be fine. He's not gonna hit an 8%. Lock in. Boom, boom. Miss. Easy. Okay. Yeah, 8% is fine. And then now we have a guard stance, so we guaranteed block this. Well, we also have Vantage, I guess. So... yeah, this is gonna take a while, not gonna lie. Hinata's gonna level from this. He might crit. Oh, hold on. 1, 2. Yeah, okay, no, I have this mapped out. So, we're back to the healing spree, by the way. We're back to healing. We need to heal. That's unfortunately all we need to do right now. We're also recovering. With this, we're recovering from the draconic hacks. So, that's pretty huge as well. Currently still weakened by 1 point, so that's not too terrible. We still have plenty of vulneraries to go around, and we can buy more after this map, so if we want to take this experiment to the end, we certainly can. Okay, here we go. It's all perfectly planned. We're back in action. 6 times 2. 6 times 2 is not bad. While taking no damage ourselves. Presumably. That's 1. 2% hit rate. Okay, hold on. Hold on. He's being chipped down. Skill, luck, HP. Okay, luck is good. That's, I think, half a point of crit less. Which, well, it might not sound like much. It really isn't much, but 39%. We dodge these. Never lucky. That's okay. Unironically, one more round of healing will do it. Look, if we heal one more round, and we recover from the draconic hacks, I think we do 6 times 2 and then 4 in retaliation, so... Yeah, imagine if I had tonics and S-rank support stats. It would have been even faster, which is crazy, actually. Okay, hold on. Surely... Oh, wait, hold on. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, because we get the guard stance after this interaction. He doesn't hit a 1%. Like, walk the fuck in. Even if he hits, he doesn't kill. So... We're killing Garen early, which is insane. This is what happens when you bring the strongest warrior of Hoshido. That's really just what it is. Imagine he hits the crit now. No. Okay, good. That's it! We fucking took out Garen in chapter 12. This is a waste of time. My men can take it from here. I've never, unironically, never seen that line. I have never seen that line of dialogue in my life. This is absolute fucking cinema. Absolute cinema. Thank you guys for gaslighting me into actually doing this. It's beautiful. Yeah, we won the game. We won the game. We're on to the end game, I think. Okay, now here's the thing. Do I get the little stragglers on the island? I mean, I might as well be thorough, right? Then again, Aoi will have to activate that dragon vein, and I'm not too hot on that, so... Maybe we should, you know, go around. We trusted in Hinata and we got rewarded. Absolutely. I think we're going around. We spent so much time on this already. Might as well. Do it? Oh, God. Someone said do it. Okay. We're doing it. Hold on. How much does she have to face? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, brother. She has to face like 3 guys. Hand axe, javelin, and a steel bow. I do not love that. Aoi could take a hit, yes. Can she take 3 is a different question. With 35 HP, she will have... I don't know if she'll have a defense buff from this pair-up. But 25 attack... Well, that's with the steel axe. He will use a hand axe. So... That's -5, so that's 20. This is... Oh, this is 6, 4... That's also 20. And this is also 20. So everything is 20. She will have to take 3, 12... Ooh. I don't think she lives those. After this awesome kill, I'm gonna call it. Good night, Yami. Good night. Thank you for joining so much. And have a good night. Once again. Look, I'm willing to try it, but... It's like, she needs to live 3 attacks. Okay, let me see. She gets 2 defense from the pair up with Hinata. I think she lives. I think she lives. I think she lives. If she has... She takes like... Yeah, she takes 10 times 3 at most if she gets hit by all 3. Now, that is assuming that all of them attack at 2 range. I guess I could do another save state, but am I a bitch? Nah. Lock the fuck in. And actually, doesn't the ice... I think we're good, actually. The ice slows movement. I just remembered. The ice slows movement. So the archer is actually not able to reach Aoi. And she dodges. Yeah. Okay, good. Imagine she just dodges both. Why did I ever doubt Aoi, actually? Why did I ever doubt her? Okay, of course she cannot initiate, but... Hinata sure can. But there you go. Yeah, this is, I guess, my signal to have a bit more trust in my guys here. But this is all we still need to do. We only need to take out these last few stragglers, get to the exit, and that'll be it. Bit of a longer stream than I anticipated tonight, but yeah, this was certainly worth it with all the cool stuff we did tonight. With how powerful Hinata already is, it's crazy. It's almost like putting all of your resources into a single character from the start of the game. You know, it's actually kind of beneficial for them, which, again, crazy thought, but it really seems to be the case. And then the one last fighter. Yeah, that we also are going to one-shot with the Kodachi of all things. And there it is. That is the final enemy on this map. So in essence, we still did the route objective that Fate's Birthright loves so much. Just without the actual command to do it. Okay, and we're moving towards the exit. And that's it. There's the exit. But we need to have Aoi escape, so there you go. Chapter 12, Dark Reunion. Sankyu turns. 39 turns. Killed Garen, killed Xander. Killed every enemy on the map. Every single one. It's awesome. Okay, well, that's great. And I'm pretty sure that we're able to upgrade the armory by this point.
Pleased to be of service.
Well, we can build a fort, which I'm not sure if that's useful. Okay, we cannot actually upgrade the armory yet. That's probably after the next chapter. But we can upgrade the quartz spring or the daikon garden, which honestly, getting more quartz so we can exchange them for pearls is always a good thing. So let's do that. And we can actually upgrade both. But we can get daikon right now. So here's a cute little thing you can do. You can get the daikon. You can upgrade the daikon garden. And it'll be triggered again. So you can get more daikon. So you just got 3 daikon out of that. It's great. And 2 quartz. Obro's gonna give us nothing, but she's talking with Hinata. There's the goat. There's the goatas. Carp Streamer. So here's another joke weapon from Fates. That is the joke club. But yeah, we really just Dimitri'd Chapter 12 for Fire Emblem Fates. Kill every last one of them. Do we trust Tsubaki with our rice? Do we give him something else? Or beans? Do we trust Tsubaki? Surely. Pack Knights sure love the arena. They really do. Hinoka, Tsubaki, they've been here pretty consistently. Okay, you know what? Let me actually play it safe. Actually, no one's ever benefited from playing safe. Lock the fuck in, Tsubaki. Sky Knight versus Sky Knight. Should be doable. 10 plus 5? Oh yeah. We've got this. If Hana doesn't fumble. Never mind. Tsubaki is the greatest guy ever, actually. And Hana doesn't fumble. There you go. Beautiful. Whoa, not bad, he says, as someone steals his kill.
Flawless.
But okay, that indeed was a flawless performance by Tsubaki. And that's all we can do. Yeah, like I said, I saw an appeal to give the carp streamer to Fuyumi. Not Fuyumi. I need to get that through to my head. This is Aoi now. So we will. We have given the carp streamer to Aoi. Right. I think we're going to feed Lilith one last time. Eat your daikon like you do every single day. And then I think that's going to be the end for Fire Emblem Fates tonight. But that was good progress. That was really good progress. We actually made it through the chapters that I thought were going to be really difficult. but in fact, they've turned out to be nothing more than just a sandbox for Hinata to try out his new toys in, so that's great. Chapter 13, Another Hope, which is it actually, I think it's this one that I was waiting for. Yeah, it is this one. That's the one where, that's the one where we start with the Camilla cutscene. Ooh, yikes. But okay. Good progress, really good progress. Getting the Sunrise Katana was so huge. Promoting to Swordmaster and to Berserker was even bigger, to be completely honest. But yeah, lots of great things happening. Also, I think I missed a question before. I think I saw... Yes, Panda. Panda, you have asked me, "Hey Fates, my friend asked if you could be bribed into playing the hardest difficulty of Shadow Dragon without Wolf and Sedgar." I could probably be bribed, yes. To play that game specifically with what I presume are the two most useful units for that mode. I don't know about that one, Chief. I would have to think about it. The amount of bribery would have to be quite high, I think. But, in theory, I can be bribed to do stupid stuff. Like killing Garen. Which honestly, that one you just got as a gimme. But yeah, okay. Great. Great progress, that's nice. Next week, next Thursday, we will pick this up. We will start at Chapter 13, Another Hope. We will get to see the Camilla cutscene, which is going to be interesting. And we're going to get into another gimmick that I have installed for this run. I think, if it is the chapter that I'm thinking of, which it should be. So, I hope you're looking forward to that. For now, I'm going to wish you all a great night. I'm going to bed. That's where I'm going, because apparently I need it. I'm going to thank you for joining me for this stream once again. It's been great. So, once again, thank you so much. And, yeah, take care, stay hydrated, and I hope to see you all next Thursday when we pick this up, when we get into a bigger gimmick that I have for this run that's going to make it a little bit more interesting, I think. Good night to all of you. Thanks for the stream I'm seeing, but I think I am more grateful to you for joining. Without the viewers, there really is no stream. So, yeah, with that note, I will close things off. Have a great night, everyone. See you all next week, and peace.